Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. Some use other words, middle of the week. It's 1 o'clock Central Time, guys. Ready for We Grow Wednesday. What is it? January 21st, 2026 today. We're going to play a little intro to get this party started. Help us out. Hit the like button. Share it out with some friends. We've got plenty to talk about. It's going to be a good day. Let's grow.
Scrolling through the noise, stories hitting hard, cutting through the void. Big Ugg pulling strings, poison in the feed. What they're selling us ain't what we need. Posting articles, lighting up the screen. Common struggle shared, know what I mean. Time to wake up now, see the hidden game. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. Every soul gotta eat, fuel the fire inside. But the cause of twisting truth, trying to hide. Process lies on shelves, stealing our health away. New tech coming fast, showing us a better way. Community talking, sharing what we find. Self-sustainable minds, leaving change behind. Digging in the dirt or digging for the truth. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. No more blind, no more fed their lies. Hands in the soil, fire in our eyes. From seed to strength, we're taking control. Empower the body, empower the soul. Wednesday rolls again, gather round the feet. Health and wellness news, planting every seed. Growing food ourselves, growing who we are. Better versions rise, shooting for the stars. Big Food's empire cracks. We won't bound time. We grow Wednesday. Hey, hey, stop it on Wednesday. We grow Wednesday. Hey,
And we're back. We are back. I do enjoy the new song still, man. I'm just everything. I'm still just right. Gets me pumped. Gets me pumped. It's like wow, that's pretty good.
Good.
Thanks, Grok. So Grok writes it. So I give Grok the info, and people don't realize it's not just like hey make me a song. It's like you got to do some work. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes instead. Tala, how are you? How's your week been?
Oh, a little rough actually.
Uh oh.
Um, yeah, we had the loss of an extended family member. Trying to get my lighting and
Oh, I'm
everything
sorry to
set
hear
up.
that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's not better. The
It's a
lighting in
little bright, but it's not too bad. Too
that's
bad.
better. Yeah, it was a young man. This thing, 32. That's too
Oh
young.
wow. Yeah, that is definitely too young.
It's it's Jim's adopted nephew. You know.
Well,
Um, so just kind of been processing that, and it's he was 650 pounds. You can't sustain that for long.
oh wow.
He didn't. But the hard part of this is that like he had made plans, you know, and because we talk about health stuff, this is important to acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he ordered a bunch of supplements. He was talking about working out with his mom, that kind of thing. But this is why I tell people all the time the right time to start is right now,
Mm,
not like I'll do it next year or tomorrow or whatever. Because at some point you sustain so much damage that sometimes you can't reverse course, you know. So we still don't have a total picture, but I mean, if I had to guess, probably his heart, you know.
yeah.
And there were substances involved, and between that and medication, both, it's an assault on your body.
Mm,
So, yeah, it was a bit of a shock. Um, Jim is at work, so he's handling it, you know. He's gotta
was
leave and be gone for 5 days every week. Um, I'm worried about the kids' parents because, they adopted, they had 1 child,
mm,
and so this is rough. Like, you just get them to functional adulthood and then
right. Because
yeah.
30 nowadays is you know, like 20 was, you know.
Yeah, he was
So
still living at home, you know?
wow.
Multi-generational, granddad, him, the parents.
Was he mobile? Was he able to
Yes,
stand up and walk
because
around? Oh,
yeah, he was working at FedEx, box kicker,
at
I
600
know,
pounds?
650.
Holy. Wow.
He was tall, and I say this because, tall
That does
and a
matter.
large frame, it does make some difference. It's not sustainable, obviously, but yeah, he was able to carry it and function. You
Mm.
just can't do that forever.
Yeah,
So,
because that I think that's maybe that might be a line that some people that really snaps them out of it is like, oh no, I can't even move around. And it's like by
yeah.
that time it's too late usually, right? But there are stories
Well, yeah.
of people that I never did watch that show, My 600 Pound Life or whatever that was. I
Yeah.
I never did. I never
I've
watched it
seen
because it
clips,
would just be I would just feel too sad. And
right?
a lot of people don't realize. I don't know if you were there. I feel like it was another Dr. Heath space where we talked about how like you look away from accidents because you don't want to feel the sadness, not for someone else's like not for the person's benefit, or like we feel sad for things not for someone's benefit, but because we don't, it's a
And then
miserable.
there's the people who just stare because they're just,
They're
morbid
missing that.
fascination. I don't know what that is.
Well, and then there's like my son who will just start laughing because he has no there's zero like he has no trigger for empathy to like,
Oh,
oh, I'm sorry, that
it's
doesn't seem
called
good.
inappropriate affect.
Mm, yeah.
And there's various reasons it can happen, but yeah, I know a couple people who have it. And like New Year's Eve, um, Jim is always taking care of a friend's cats that night every year because like they're gone through the holidays.
Mm.
So that's one of those
How
nights with a
many?
lot of fireworks and stuff that he's usually over there.
Sure. How many cats?
They've probably
15?
got no.
Ah,
I'm
man.
the
I was
one
like,
with all the kennels.
okay.
Although the household where the loss occurred, they have a colony like I do. But yeah, this couple, they've probably got maybe 4 indoors right now, something like that. But
Still a lot of cats.
one of them is older and very clingy, so he was over there just kinda comforting the
Kayla.
cat, and he says, "There's an ambulance over at their house, these friends," and I went, "Uh-oh." So the boy had fallen and he couldn't get off the floor, so they called for an ambulance, and he refused to go to the hospital.
Mm.
So my thinking on it is also that I mean, you can't force somebody, he's an adult, but if he had gone, you know what they would have done? They would have run a bunch of tests. What if there was a defect in his heart that they could have caught right then?
Right, something that could help others because there is such a high rate of obesity and
Something that could have
yeah,
stopped
yeah,
this because this was a
or this, yeah.
second collapse in 3 weeks' time.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like if he would have gone before he passed away, I thought you were talking about a like autopsy type test.
No, they might have caught something with some tests that could have
Right.
maybe got him on a treatment that could have stopped this from happening,
Mm.
so I say this with all seriousness, if somebody is in that condition and they fall or collapse, whatever it is, like, yeah, you should go get checked out. I get it, medical's expensive, but with those parameters, that weight and alcohol and things like that, get checked out, you know?
Yeah.
Get help
I would
because
say like even if you don't feel like you're unhealthy, a good checkup here and there, like I don't
oh,
know.
yeah.
I just I'm not, I've never
I'm
been
not allowed to
afraid.
do otherwise
Right.
every
I'm not,
6 months.
I've never been afraid of the doctor. Not afraid of the dentist. It might be. It's like okay, uncomfortable day. It's going to be an uncomfortable day. Although there's obviously like varying degrees of that uncomfortability if you have different problems and. But also as you get older, all that. I mean, we could go on and on. Let me give me a second here to tell everybody. I see a lot of people. We got 25 in the house now. If you guys want to hit that like button and maybe leave a comment, we will put you on this wheel here. I've already started working on today's door prize wheel. I'm trying to do that now more throughout the episode so that people are just so excited to be on the wheel, you know? Even Tala came in over on Twitch. I saw you over on
I
Twitch.
did. I grabbed the link so that I could add it to the thread that uh, I repost on X.
Nice.
So then I grabbed the link from Twitch and post it there too.
I've never had any good luck on Twitch, like as far as like getting any kind of visibility. It's just been weird. It's like a basically I'm in a closet over on Twitch, but on YouTube it's only barely any better. But although we do some get more people on YouTube, it's weird. Anyway, we could talk about that too. All
I
right, guys.
grabbed the link on Rumble.
Yes, do the Rumble all day. Rumble all day. 8 people on the Rumble. 8 people on Rumble and 8 people on Facebook. I have 10 times more followers on Facebook than I do on Rumble. Riddle me that in the algorithm. Um,
Yeah.
it's not just because people maybe don't want to watch or don't have time. It's because it's not being put in their face, and that's usually when people will stop to see something. Oh, hey, it's there. He's live. Where was I going? Okay, I want to pull up the list. It's going to be a while before we get to this story, Tala, but you might see something fairly alarming immediately on screen. It's at the top of the list, though, so it's going to be a while before we get to it. It's a plant. It's a poppy flower bud that's what happens with the flower bud. Like,
This reminds me of when we were testing egg drop. I don't know
oh
if you remember that
no,
on
egg
Periscope.
drop.
Yeah, egg drop was Joey's baby, and we had auto sensor features which needed to be tested.
Okay.
Somebody changed their profile picture to something that looked like it could be obscene and popped
Uh,
into the chat and said, "Don't panic, it's a plant."
get a community note on it. Don't worry, it's a plant. Um,
Joey did a great job with it because it could tell the difference.
oh, it did? Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, can you design it to actually be a little more stringent? Be like, we don't want it to even be innuendos, like
You
not
could,
even. Um,
but I mean the tech is far past that now. At the time it was cutting edge.
okay, so I think we ended yet last week on the hippos because I remember this so vividly because I feel like a hippo these days. I'm pretty strong, but my belly goes out instead of flat with the strength. It's like those big guys. I looked it up, the strongman competition guys. Like, let's see, strong man.
Which legitimately some of them actually do have too high of a body fat percentage,
They
but they're
they
not trying to be skinny, that's why.
right, like they're not trying to be skinny. They're trying to be strong. So like
Yeah.
maybe that's been my problem the whole time. What is going on? That's not.
And you know
I want
what?
to
Did you
see
know that this is crazy? I didn't think I would
this
see this come back into popularity, but for women,
this
skinny is
guy
trending again. I mean really skinny, like Twiggy, like when we were kids. What is happening?
like anorexic type, like worrisome,
It,
like maybe you might want to ask him something on the side, kind of skinny.
like,
Yeah,
don't build muscle. And you know what I said? I said, "Ooh, it's trending. Excellent. I will stand out."
right.
Because
Like look at this. Like you're gonna see some skinny fit guy doing this stuff. I'm not saying I'm gonna do this stuff anytime soon, but I do like to think I've maintained a
no
little
saber
bit of my
toss.
muscle. Yeah, well, I'd like to do. I remember the shot put and stuff back in high school, and the discus throw. Those are heavy.
Shot
Um,
put is impressive because that's not a set of muscles that normally develop that much.
it is a weird, angle.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, as I say that, my neck has been hurting me, and I think it's because of too much MetaQuest. Honestly,
Hmm.
having the heavy headset on my head,
Oh, yeah.
for like an hour or whatever, and then now I'm
See, I
feeling my
told you
neck
this guy
hurt. I'm
didn't
like,
wear one.
I was like, I wonder if those two things are correlated. I don't know. But anyway, for the first one we got today, I guess we'll go with this. The "You Better Eat Some Fruit" video. No, we did read that, or we saw that one. Okay. Did we look at this one? Report? No, I don't think we looked for this one. This was from the 19th of December from KWQC TV 6 News. A report on the water quality reveals contamination concerns in Iowa. Quad Cities, Iowa. I'm not too far from the Quad Cities, actually.
Huh.
Um, looks like it hasn't
Why
gotten a lot more
Iowa?
attention since then. I'm not 100% sure if this is true or not. Maybe we
Why
should
is it
go.
always these remote spots? You would expect it in the city, right?
Right. You would think it would be, well, Iowa has cities.
LA,
Iowa
you
has
know?
cities,
Yeah.
we got cities out here in the Midwest, don't you, Tala? We're not
I
just
know, I used to
flyover.
live there. But
Okay,
you don't have the population density of LA in places like that. LA is ridiculous. Every time I check, it's like, how many million?
right. I
Just
mean,
Los Angeles.
the
What?
Quad Cities is a fairly good sized area for Iowa. Yes, Iowa has significant and ongoing water contamination concerns, particularly related to nitrates in both surface
Mm,
water, river, and streams, and drinking water supplies. These issues stem largely from
yeah.
agricultural runoff. I'm sorry, including fertilizers and manure from intensive farming and livestock operations, such as concentrated animal feeding operations. Yeah, Iowa is known for farming, right? That's what you think
Yep.
of. That's why Tala thought Iowa didn't have any cities. I'm kidding. Key points from recent reports and data as of late 2025 and into early 2026. Nitrate pollution. I didn't think that was such a thing.
Oh yeah. Agricultural runoff is the reason the Salton Sea is the way it is.
Right. All the salt running off and all the well, they thought that was actually, I guess, a more disgusting connection to that when they were talking about washing away the human feces in somewhere on the coast. They were like, you can't just wash it off into the ocean. It
Yeah.
would cause this
Uh,
anyway. It says Des Moines and Raccoon Rivers, Central Iowa, levels frequently exceed or approach the federal safe drinking water limit of 10 milligrams per liter. Like, okay, I'm a fairly novice farmer, if you will call me that, but a nitrate is plant food and nitrites.
Yep. It's a preservative that I avoid in meats and such.
Really, they use it as a preservative, huh?
Sodium nitrates.
Sodium
Yeah.
nitrates, yeah. Okay,
It's in your
okay.
bacon. Unless you buy uncured. I buy uncured bacon. Because it triggers inflammation.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
they love to have us inflamed, don't they? Well, if you're in Iowa, hopefully you're boiling your water or whatever you got to do.
Gonna
Thanks,
have to buy
Jennifer, for the
bottled water.
tags. We've got
I mean, with
30.
that, you gotta filter it out, I guess, but yeah, they're gonna be having to use bottled water, I think.
Mm, I don't
That's
really.
crazy.
I've been actually consciously trying to. So I don't drink tap water. I haven't for a while. But then I realized, well, but I'm using tap water when I rinse my mouth out after brushing my teeth and this and that. And I was like, well, okay, I'm going to start using my drinking water to rinse my mouth. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a big deal, probably not so much of a big deal, but I definitely don't drink or cook with it now. I don't put tap water in anything I'm cooking, and I don't even put it in the. There's a tray in my Ninja air fryer. There's a tray that you put water in to while it's air frying that keeps everything nice and it's so
Right.
good, right? But I'm like, you
I
know
use
what?
a
Why am
Brita
I?
filter for that stuff.
Yes. And I was like, why am I putting the sink water in there? Because then, as I was noticing, not even just contaminants, but you see a white, white line forming because of the hard water, because
You
of
have
the
hard water
minerals.
too? Yeah.
Probably, yeah. And it's not like I don't. It's not hard enough that I need a water softener, but
But
it
if you're
definitely
seeing
leaves.
that, yeah.
Well, over
So,
time, baking the water over time, it's definitely going to leave that,
yes,
you
that's
know.
what destroyed our water heaters.
Yeah,
So with the new tankless one, we ordered a filter. Mhm.
filter on the to instead of a water softener.
And
Okay,
it's big enough to be a whole house filter. Because I mean, the calcium is just it builds up on everything. It's crazy.
yeah, and I see it in the fish tank because they have to have minerals, and so next we've got Bean Dongo here. It looks like he's in a picture from Discover the Universe.
Onion?
Hey Ty, let me add you on the wheel here. Yeah, it's an onion. For some reason. Hey Don. I think it's everybody. It says, and I quote, onion juice could hold the secret to restoring hair naturally. Incredible as it may
Heard
sound,
that.
sure. You're just over there squeezing an onion while
I
we're
have
talking.
one.
Just squeezing it. Is there juice in this? What's going on? Like, I'm guessing you'd have to put it into a juicer or something. Incredible as it may sound, a scientific study reveals that something as simple as onion juice might be a game changer for hair loss. Researchers tested its effects on a patient struggling with bald patches and thinning hair. The results were astonishing. Within just 8 weeks, 86% of the participants saw significant hair regrowth. Holy cow. So, how does it work? Onion juice is rich in sulfur compounds, antioxidants, and nutrients that may boost circulation to hair follicles, stimulate new growth, and even fight scalp infections, unlike expensive treatments or harsh chemical solutions. This natural approach does or taps into the healing, properties of a kitchen staple that has been used in traditional medicine for centuries.
As far as sulfur, I mean, I'm a big proponent of in you is better than on you. So like I take supplements that have like SAM-E is a sulfur based
Yeah, I wonder if
supplement.
there's a difference here because you would think some bald men probably eat a lot of onions. What do you think the difference
Yeah.
is? You know what I mean?
Well, working on circulation is legit if circulation is the problem, but it's not always. I mean, we've had that what is it called? Foltine? That shampoo product, the whole treatment line has existed
Mm,
forever. I tried it a long time ago. It didn't help me. So with polycystic ovarian syndrome, you end up with your hormones out of balance, and it's the same
mm.
problem that causes baldness in men. It's the DHT from the testosterone conversion. So with that, the only way to fix it really is to treat it with supplements like saw palmetto, that kind of thing.
Mm.
But men don't generally want to reduce their testosterone level. So it's
No,
a conundrum.
yeah. I wonder if there is. We're gonna find out. There's different kinds of testosterone. Maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe there's something going on like that
Well,
because
yeah, DHT is what it converts to that, and that's what attacks the scalp essentially.
maybe like a slower conversion, or maybe I don't know the science behind testosterone. I should. I do know
I
that there's a
swear
lot
that
of
has to be
plants. Go ahead.
it has to be the origin of the whole bald men are sexy thing, like more
Maybe
testosterone, less hair.
I could see that. That's why I have so much hair. I see. I understand now. Yeah.
You're slacking.
Yeah, that's why I've got these moobs, call them moobs. It's just, it is what it is. Although I have been hitting the bench press lately, it's a little bit easier for me than push-ups. I actually used to I like doing a lot of push-ups, but since my shoulder is a lot better than it was. I don't know. Some of you've been watching me for more than 2 years, and it's been like a 2-year process to get back to where I can actually do a push-up or a bench press. So I'm there. But
Still
anyway,
working on it.
so back to
It's weird.
testosterone. Go ahead.
Um, I've been trying to figure out why the last few weeks. Like if I'm laying on my left side, my right shoulder when it collapses down, it's way more uncomfortable than it used to be. And I know it's the connective tissue laxity with the hypermobility. But I've been trying to figure out why is it bothering me now when I'm now working on the muscles and such. It occurred to me we've addressed the muscle guarding. So the muscles are kind of letting go. So that means it's gonna like kind of highlight the problem because the connective tissues don't do their job. So
Right.
what I've taken to doing when I'm laying in bed is putting a pillow under my arm to kind of pull my shoulder out.
I've been doing that for two
So I've
years
got
now.
work to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
It's
don't think
work.
it's the same.
Shoulder's
It's
hard.
not the same reasoning, obviously, but man, it's been like now it's almost like it's like I don't want to say security blanket or like a crutch or something because I don't know that I even need it anymore. But for some reason, and I have little Mr. Sprouty boy who's currently in the kennel right now, who likes to, when he sleeps with me, he wants to be right there in my gut and chest area, and I'm like, I need that space for my pillow. So, you know,
3 of my 6 cats like to eventually pile on.
on top of your
They
face,
they figure
probably.
out
Cats do that. It's weird.
mom went to bed, and I'll hear either Piglet snorting or I'll hear purring really loud, which is Jasper. And I can tell by how they land on the bed, whether it's a gentle foot or it's pounce. I know which one. but eventually by morning they're all three in there, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys, I need to stretch.
Yeah, can't move. Yeah, especially and the big dog owners are just like,
Trapped.
and I think that's why my husky actually ended up not wanting to come into the bed anymore. She won't come on my bed. She won't jump on my bed for a couple of reasons. I think one is because there's no carpet there, so she doesn't like. She wouldn't want to be. I don't think she would want to jump on the wooden floor. She just isn't. She just knows that's not stable for
How
slippery.
old?
She's 4. Yeah.
Okay, not old enough to really be having any joint problems, at least.
No, I don't think it's a health thing, but I think she's just
Okay.
very. She's always been skittish. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I got her from a puppy mill. I didn't know what puppy mills were at the time.
Oh,
I didn't know what they were because I never bought a dog, and I was like, I want to buy a husky because I was hoping to breed
right.
my husky with my Pomeranian because I wanted to carry on my Pomeranian's line, and I wanted to make it Pomskis because it was so like everyone just loved Pomskis were just in the rave, and I was like, that's pretty cool, like a mini husky kind of thing. And so I ended up getting both dogs, but my Pomeranian had heart problems, and he ended up passing a little bit early. Maybe I mean he might have been maybe a couple years, maybe 3 or 4 years early, because 15 for a Pomeranian is pretty. That's quite a long time.
It
Um,
is, yeah. The
yeah.
smaller ones, particularly those kind of breeds, typically have a little shorter lifespan.
He
Yeah.
he was like a 20-pound Pomeranian though. Like he was a
Oh,
like a pom. I always called him a king pom. Anyway, so back to testosterone. I had one more point about this
yeah.
because there is. I want to hear that way people can see the picture. I don't know if I had that up. Hey Brenda. So this looks like Bean Dongo, doesn't it?
Hi,
Everybody
Brenda.
tag Bean Dongo. Uh, you need a cuddle buddy, right? Well, I definitely like the dog cuddling, but he's not big enough to replace a pillow. I think
No.
Rose is talking about maybe person size. I don't know, Rose. I don't kiss and tell.
Body
Um,
head pillow.
right? Yeah, body. Yeah, the whole body pillow.
I can't sleep
Uh,
without something like that. I can't. That, and I never knew why. Now I know why. It's the connective tissues. I have to have
mhm.
proximal support. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely feels better on the shoulder. So with testosterone, a lot of men are actually deficient in testosterone, and there are a lot of plants and foods that you can eat that promote it. And I need to like get a better list of that, which I should just take the time to search. Here, we'll ask Grok real fast.
There's
Give
a
me a list
there's a
of
good
foods that
supplement. Let me see if I can find the bottle. Hold on. I gotta scooch my keyboard.
testosterone. I have no idea. Oh, I spelled it right. Hey, at least it didn't tell me. It didn't tell me I spelled it wrong. It was probably just like, oh, this is a jumble of letters. We're not going to tell them anything.
It's pretty
Uh,
straightforward.
Foods that promote
Okay.
testosterone.
So, a brand of which I approve, Irwin Naturals.
Irwin
So,
Naturals. Okay.
yeah, this one is called Testosterone Up Red. The MCT, of course, L-citrulline, fenugreek, ginkgo, beet powder, Tongkat Ali, which I did research and legit, cayenne powder, beta cytosterol, Asian ginseng, and of course bioperine. All their formulas have that from pepper. But fenugreek is an interesting one and legit. Yeah, it's been proven to have an effect. So you can buy that fairly cheap and cook with it.
Yeah,
And everybody's like, how does she know all that? Why does she know about that? Because ladies have testosterone too, and we lose it at menopause.
and it's not a good thing that you lose all of it because you have to have some, right? It's not
Yes.
like you want an overdose. Like you don't want as much as a man has, and a man doesn't want as much estrogen as a woman has, but we do have some as well. I shared a womb with a woman. I always feel like that's why I'm in touch with my femininity. But now you're telling me it's probably because I have too much hair. That's probably what it is. But no, but yeah, it's a thing in men. That's why
But yeah,
some men.
this supplement, because I'm trying to build muscle also. And, the reason I say that is, yeah, I'm postmenopausal. So it's an issue. I tried this to see, is it going to help with my fitness? And actually, it does. My energy was up a little. So, yeah, I mean, it's a thing. Women need to be conscientious about that as well once you get into your 50s or at whatever age you start transitioning.
Sure.
Some women go through menopause in their late 30s.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That must be a wild ride if it's too soon for sure. Um,
Yeah.
so Grok gave me a list of 10 foods. We're not going to read about each one, but um, I'll just read down the list: oysters, fatty fish, eggs, leafy greens, avocados, extra virgin olive oil, onions and garlic, nuts and seeds, pomegranate, dark chocolate is the last one.
Yep. Those
Cocoa
are all
products.
accurate.
Hmm.
Yep.
So just eat lots of
And
chocolate, you guys. Oh, I'm just kidding.
beneficial for uh, cardiovascular and respiratory system health as well, because you've got onions and garlic. Those are all very good choices.
Says onions and garlic contains compounds that may stimulate testosterone production and protect reproductive cells via antioxidants and sulfur compounds.
Hmm.
I've been eating a lot more green onions. I hope that counts.
Now, one caveat for someone like me, because I have the MTHFR gene mutation, I don't methylate correctly. Remember, I mentioned this one before, TMG, which is betaine. I take TMG and molybdenum if I'm eating a sulfur-rich meal. Like, I just had 2 eggs with a little bit of purple potato, fine. But if I had a good-sized steak and 2 eggs, I hit overload and I feel queasy. And so I was doing some research to figure out what was going on, and TMG and molybdenum, it's the hardest word to say, will help
Don't
your
ask me.
body clear that from your system if you can't do it on your own as well. It's just inefficient for me. So
You gotta say if you're gonna say it, you gotta have a magic wand when you say it. Malignanum. Like something
molybdenum.
like that. Malignanum.
I
Ridiculous.
have it in a trace minerals supplement, so it's in with a combination of things, which is good because it's got zinc and all that stuff. But
Mm.
yeah,
I don't think I'm
I'm
taking zinc
the
in anyway.
supplement queen. I've got everything.
Yes, this hashtag supplement queen out there, guys. Let's see. Let's hear it. 33 people in the house. Cheers, everybody. This
Every
next one,
topic, I'm like, wait, I have that.
you might like this next one. Oh, and by the way, I want to say, I'm guessing it's because you shared it on X. I thank you for that. It says 14 have come through. There might be somebody actually watching on X. have it. I have it. For some reason, the Rumble Studios does not allow me to see the comments in the studio unless I go over there. And if you are trying to comment and can't, it's because it is set to where only blue checks can comment.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to fix that because it's a studio to X thing. It's not actually
Yeah,
a
you can't do it
setting.
like you'd have to do it from X, but you can't because you're not doing it that way. Yeah.
Exactly. There's no. I
That's
don't
why I
have.
got mad at them for not fixing that. It should stay defaulted to where you want it.
I agree. It should also
I saw Trish
default.
liked my post, so if Trish
Nice.
is watching, hey.
Very cool. I just wanted to address that. Thank you very much. And thanks, Tala. So this is interesting, though. You might like this. What do you think?
What in
Does
the
that look
world?
stylish? Japan developed a robotic tail for humans. It responds to movement and restores balance like a real animal tail. I don't know if it's true, though. We're going to have to look it up. But this is from Fabio and Ben. Fabio and Ben. I don't know who Fabio or Ben are. They don't sound Japanese.
Are
Japanese.
they basing it on the idea that, the whole vestigial tail thing?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's not worth it unless the tail has like different connectors on the end that you can do different things with it. Like you can like tell it to pick something up for you, or
Right?
yeah, like it's got to be
Hang from a tree,
usable. Yeah, it's got to be usable in some way. Like
balance on it like a kangaroo and kick people.
Or yeah, like it just comes over up front, like it just lets you have like a lean-to, kind
Smack
of like.
people in the face. Oh, my
Oh
bad.
yeah. Well, you know they're going to weaponize it for sure. Let's see. Researchers in Keio University in Japan have developed a fascinating new wearable device, a robotic tail. So we got to find out if this is real, though.
I feel like this is something that's going to be popular in communities like furries and stuff.
For sure, I'm sure it's going to be not very cheap though, like a paper mache costume would be.
Cosplayers, yeah.
uh, Robotic.
Serious hardcore sci-fi convention goers will spend some bank on their stuff, but the typical quote cosplayer usually not as much.
I could see, yeah, I could see some. I do go to some local Comic Cons, and you have the people that make the circuits of all the little small ones, but then they go to the big time ones too, and they probably said
I
it's
used to.
legitimate research
I used
prototype.
to in my 20s, yeah. Creation cons, which we affectionately nicknamed cremation
Nice.
cons because
Oh
they
no!
ruined them.
Right? Wow. Robotic tail is real. It's a legitimate
Wow.
research prototype, not a hoax or CGI fake. Project is called ARQUE, ARQUE, sometimes styled as this the exact same spelling. What?
What?
Developed by researcher. Like, why? What is that use? There's a useless 4 words with. Well, I guess because the two like I don't know, asterisks, or like I don't know what you call those, apostrophes on each side. Um,
Oh,
by researchers at Keio Graduate School of Medicine Design in Japan. Okay, so we can go back since I cooperated at least somewhat. Go do your research, but it looks like it's real. Would you do this? It looks like it's wearable. It's not like a surgery. Like if somebody was like, "Hey,
yeah.
I'm giving this
I need to hear.
away."
I need to hear what it's useful for.
Okay, let's see. The
You
prototype
know what
weighs
this
about
looks like to
five
me? This looks
kilograms,
like a formula for triggering back pain.
possibly, but it does also, a lot. So it shows the person leaning forward like this, and I think that's what they're saying with the counterbalance. Let's see. There's quite a bit here. Prototype weighs about 5 kilograms, roughly 5% of an average person's body weight, striking a careful balance between effectiveness and comfort. Worn at the waist, arc remains largely unnoticeable until it moves, activating only when needed to support stability. Both
I'm
the
not,
length, so it knows
someone
when
walks
you're.
up to me with that on. That's the first thing I'm going to notice.
Well, what if you're just like a klutzy, unstable person? That tail's going to be waving all over the place as you're trying to as you're trying to walk. Like it's
You
going
know
to
what
throw
I'm
you off.
picturing? Like you see these wildlife videos of cheetahs when they're running and they're making a turn and their tail's winding like this.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because you could definitely get it off kilter. I guess would be good. Let's see. Where was I? Worn at the waist. Activates only when needed. Sport. Both the length and weight are adjustable, allowing the device to be customized for different body types and movement needs. Researchers believe this technology has wide-reaching potential. It could assist elderly individuals who struggle with balance, support, rehabilitation. So, like, we're gonna have these old people who look like lizards walking around everywhere. Like I've styled my arc with green scales. Um,
Oh my god!
let's see.
I can't. I'm just picturing like an old folks
Grandma
home, and they're all walking around wearing tails.
whipping each other. Grandma, did you forget your tail today? It's not a tail. Stop calling it a tail. They make fun of me.
It's an arc.
Um. Okay. Researchers believe. Okay. Recovery from
Humans are
injury.
silly.
Recovery from injury and enhanced physical therapy by retaining the body's sense of equilibrium beyond healthcare. ARC may also play a role in virtual reality and immersive training, where realistic movement and balance are essential. I would like one for just to be my cameraman. You know, if the tail just pops up behind me and is just like, hey, and I could be hands free and it would just
Hi
keep it.
guys.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I'd have to fight with it just like I do with this camera. I'm like, come on. I'm doing the little hand signals, trying to get it to move. Um,
You'd have to lock the dog up for sure because he's gonna be after that thing.
oh, for sure. Innovation highlights how robotics and biology are increasingly intersecting. At least it's not like a surgery. By borrowing solutions perfected by animals over millions of years, scientists are reimagining how technology can quietly support the human body. Quietly? What's that? Improving safety, mobility, and quality of life in everyday settings.
You
Why
know,
is
I
like
mean, narrow aisles in a grocery store is not gonna work with that.
right? Like, oh, excuse me. It's telling me I'm off balance, so it came out for that, but I actually did, don't need it
One
for
wrong
this.
turn and you're gonna clear a shelf.
Right. Or they connect they it looks like it's almost like chain link, so you might get them, you know, tied up if you had somebody else nearby you, like you walk by another person with theirs, and you get your
Hopefully you
tails
get off the
tied up.
subway quickly.
Right. Oh, excuse me, my tail has a mind of its own. I'm a Mog. It's just like John Candy. He predicted it. You know, it's got a mind of its own. Sorry, honey. His tail's just like going up people's skirts, and yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Crocheted tail covers, yes, Rose. Cue all the accessories, cue all of the like smaller companies that like cascade down from that to add all this other stuff. Cue all the furries saying we were right with their costumes. You know, they're like, look, we were right about this. We should all be more like animals. And well, there's
I was gonna put the comment up there, but I guess I'm not as a moderator right now.
oh, I'm sorry, forgot.
I was like, wait a second, it's not working.
There it is. Does that
Sorry,
allow you to
buddy.
comment in the? Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So Chris says, "I don't want quiet. I want lasers coming out of my eyes. I want bionic knees so I could jump tall windows." I've got the chats overlapping each other
in a
now.
single bound.
Uh, tall windows in a single and buildings in a single bound. Why the tall windows though? You want to jump over the tall windows? I'm just giving you shit, Chris. But yeah, that's funny because then next you have to have arm extensions somehow because then you can run on all fours. That's the
You
thing.
gotta be able to compensate for the tail.
That too, and we can't run on all fours because our arms are shorter than our legs. That's really the
Actually,
main issue.
there are people who do that. Have
Yeah,
you not
well,
seen this?
yeah, no, I've seen it, but I think it's oh no, there's different varying degrees of it too. I think, but you're not wrong. Let me see here.
Yeah,
People
there's people who have
who
practiced it.
run on all fours. I mean, I did when I was a kid. When I was younger, like it's good. I mean, if your shoulders are strong, and
Yeah. Yeah, they've developed. It's crazy. They're very good at it.
this guy, some
Yeah.
of it looks kind of fake. So I don't know how much what
No,
looks
it
real,
looks
but
like Mowgli. It's that
yeah,
Mowgli pose.
this guy does. This guy over here, though, he's kind of like got his using just his fingertips basically.
I've even seen a woman who does this.
There's women
Oh,
over
there's one right
here.
there.
I don't know if it's like how real this people crawl, run, or bound around during Quad aerobics. So it's
Yep.
like the whole exercise is just running around like an animal, but you got to be on all fours, not your knees. Interesting. I could see that. Oh yeah, there was the movie. What was that called? Unbreakable. Then there was
Yeah.
Mr. Glass, and then the last one was like Split. I think Split was what it was
Excellent
called.
movies.
Yes, yes, I thought it was pretty good too, and it had just the right amount of mystery on, with also just the right amount of explanation. I thought
Yeah.
because a lot of those movies don't really like
Who's
give
the
you
producer? Is that Shyamalan?
yes,
Yeah.
and
He's
this guy
amazing.
who was this? I forgot his name, but he did run on all fours at one point in the movie, and it just yeah, it looked very convincing for sure.
It's freaky, but it's interesting. I mean, valid for true mobility, which I always like to remind people when I say mobility, I'm not talking about being able to move around. That is strength in the outer range of motion for your joints. So, like a true ballerina, for example, who can just pick her leg up and doesn't have to use momentum. That's mobility.
Okay, this I hope this is real. Guinness World Records on YouTube. This is the fastest 100-meter running on all fours. I don't know
Oh.
why this is like. It's not necessarily all that relevant, but it did make me think of that being the next move after having a tail. So, oh, he ran for like oh he started with that doesn't
He's kind
that
of
doesn't
galloping.
yeah that doesn't seem like running.
I mean, it's still something I can't do.
Yeah, yeah, it's almost like he's standing up and just almost falling over the whole time.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, cats do this too. Like they have a different, like a trot is one thing, but then when they start running, they gallop like that. Horses do the same thing. I can't do
That's
that.
true. That's true. Horses gallop when they run. That's what they. I guess dogs. Well, I guess they all. I guess everybody gallops when they run, but it just didn't look. It looks weird. Obviously, I couldn't do that either. I could have when I was younger, but like I feel like it would be. I don't know. I also saw. I don't know how much CGI it was, but there was in the movie or in the television series Teen Wolf on MTV. I really liked that series. Pretty good. They made it like a serious series about Teen Wolf, and he's running on all fours a couple of times, but I don't know if it's legit.
That was probably CGI.
Right. All right.
'Cause
Moving
this
on.
thing is fairly recent.
In Japan,
Doing this.
More about onions next.
Honey and onion.
In Japan, they do this so they don't get sick.
Yeah.
Now, I could see it being powerful, but I
But what do
also
they do?
right on top of like everything, all the toxins we're ingesting in other ways. Like there's still a problem. But let me see. I don't know if there's music, so we'll play it for a second.
they do this to never get sick.
Oh, it's very loud. Let's go.
Take half of a red onion, remove the core, place it over low heat along with the juice of half a lime, 2 tablespoons of honey, and finish with a pinch of salt. Then let it cook and watch the miracle happen. The irritated throat and phlegm will disappear as if by magic, and your immune system will become stronger than steel.
This
In
guy's voice is
Japan, they
irritating.
do.
I mean, legit, yes, if you're consuming it, it's not going to be pleasant. Um, but the reason I said what do they do with it is because there are some folk cures, like putting an onion on the bottom of your foot. Yeah, you'll absorb some from it, but there's also one where you're supposed to put like an onion on your nightstand and oh, the fact that it turns black shows that it absorbed all the toxins magically from your body by what? Osmosis. It's
Yeah, we were
those don't
sweating
work.
them out. Yeah,
Consuming it works.
right. I
But
feel like that.
onion onion
Go
and
ahead.
garlic can be absorbed transdermally. That is true.
Hmm. It just seems like you could mix these together in a different way.
Yeah, I don't think I would put it on a burner like that. You're just gonna
Yeah,
burn that onion. That's
that's
so
all I
is this
thought of. Yeah,
AI generated? I'm curious. It's weird.
it doesn't seem like it, in my opinion, but at the same time, the fact that he picks it up now, like that seems almost like a brand new onion right there. Like that's not the
I think
same
the
onion,
onion would burn.
right? Like, or at least it would have changed in some way. It didn't change at
Yeah.
all. I guess. Well, you got the liquid, so I've seen people cook over with a plastic bag with water in it. So I mean, there is that principle that I still don't understand how the plastic bag doesn't melt, but it doesn't. All the water is absorbing the heat, and lady just like makes soup out on an open fire with a
Wouldn't say it's
plastic bag.
healthy, but yeah.
No, I agree. I'm like, that sounds gross, but then at the same time, pretty crazy that it's
Icky.
possible. Yeah. So yeah, think about that, guys. If you got some lime, onion, honey. What was the other thing? Was it sugar or salt?
Honey,
Or was it
lemon,
powder?
or lime, I guess. Uh,
We have
not
to
sure what
watch it
the other
again.
thing was.
I don't want to have to watch it again.
In Japan,
It is in here the teaspoon of something.
2 tablespoons of honey,
Two what? 2 tablespoons of honey.
and finish with a pinch of salt.
It
Then
was
Pinch of
was
salt.
was that a pinch of salt?
No.
That was
See
not
what
a
I
pinch
mean?
of
I'm
salt.
like,
That doesn't sound real at all.
I'm
This
calling
is,
AI.
this is coming from Renan Taverns or Tavares OFC, whatever that means. Renan Tavares OFC. Yeah, this doesn't sound real at all. I bet you there's something like it, but not
I mean,
not
the
this.
recipe's probably accurate, but that video makes me think it's generated. I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
that was a huge
salt.
pinch of
Then let
salt.
it cook. Salt.
It's like it's
With a pinch
teaspoon.
of honey, tablespoon of lime, 2 tablespoons of honey,
That's like half a tablespoon of salt.
Yeah, I think it's confused.
Yeah, the 2 tablespoons of honey could be accurate, but he's saying that way after the point when they put the honey in. Anyway, moving on.
I
I
mean, I'd
would
rather
say,
do a spoonful of honey with cinnamon, which really does help, and then
it
like make some chicken soup with a lot of onions and garlic.
right. Sounds good to me. I'm getting hungry as we speak. I haven't eaten today. Try to do the intermittent fasting thing. Or water.
I
All
need
right.
to drink a
Well,
lot of
I
water.
did. I did have my mushroom gummies though. I had a couple mushroom gummies. Maybe I'll have another one while we're talking. My brain feels like on fire today, snapping on all cylinders today. It's a good day. Kyle, I got you on the wheel, brother. Appreciate you coming in.
My
So,
morning was weird.
was it? I'm gonna get some numbers going here while you tell me about it.
It apparently really only takes the briefest interruption of power in the house to reset that tankless heater. So while the refrigerator may not be beeping at me and nothing else resets, the water heater will reset to 107 degrees. And I didn't know that there was a blip. So I get in the shower. I'm
Uh,
like, I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready. I'm like trying to get my coffee. Still haven't had my coffee. And I'm in there and I'm all, it's not warm enough. This is not, because I'm one of those
yeah,
people,
that
I
doesn't
like
seem
hot
warm enough.
showers. It's
Even though it
like,
sounds
so I
hot, it
turn the
doesn't.
water, the cold water all the way off, right? And I'm like, no way. I could tell by the temperature. So at this point, I'm all, no, it's not going to feel like I really had a decent shower unless I fix this. So I get out and I'm stomping through the house in a little bitty towel that I grabbed off the floor, dripping water everywhere. The cats are like, what the heck?
Oh
I
snap!
got to the garage and I'm like, 107. So I'm pushing the button to bring the temperature up.
Yeah.
Like,
After having to go in the garage, well, I guess at least you're not where I live. You wouldn't want to go outside in the garage.
well,
But,
normally in the middle of winter I wouldn't, but
right.
we're having a warm spell.
Wow. Well, at least you figured out the problem. I mean, I've had the pilot light go out here or there, and it's like, oh man, what's going on?
Yeah.
I got to go.
First time it happened, I was like, why do I not like I turned the cold water all the way off. I'm all, what's going on? It took me a bit to figure it out. So like we have a little bit of rain coming in. Today it's going to be 70 degrees though. It's still not that cold. But we're supposed to have a little bit of rain tomorrow, unfortunately. Cuz that big storm that's hammering the Midwest.
Right. We haven't had any rain here, but it's just too cold. I think we had a tiny bit of snow. Number four. Wow, I went past number three. I looked up. I thought number three was going to be the winner. Crazy. I want to address a couple comments here. Andrew says it's real. I'm guessing are you talking about the onion thing, Andrew? Which thing are you talking about? Because I know there's a long enough delay. I don't know which one. But if you're talking about the robot, tail,
Tail,
that's
the running on all
right.
fours.
Yeah, many things today. It's a very questionable show, but we try to get down to the bottom of it here. I think that's the that's the main thing. Take mushroom supplements too. Yeah, so these aren't. I don't know. I guess they're supplements. Yeah, they are supplements. But this is from SunMed. Shouts out Matt Anderson. Matt Anderson is getting into wrestling, old man wrestling. I was like, man, maybe I should try that too. I used to wrestle, back in the wrestling shape. I'm actually going to. I'm actually hoping to join Taekwondo classes at my gym because I found out
Nice.
that there's no charge because I'm already
Oh
a
wow.
member. And like
Wow.
that's more or less been a barrier because I'm not going to pay for a gym membership and $150 a month for like Taekwondo lessons. Where I'm like,
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
the lady was kind of surprised though. I was trying to tell her I was like, so I have my son every other night, so I wouldn't be able to come to both. There's 2 nights a week, and I wouldn't be able to come to both every week. And then she got confused, thinking I was talking about my son coming for the lessons.
Oh,
And she was like, "Oh, you?" I'm like, what do you mean, oh me? Like, well, you think I can't? You think I can't do it, lady? And it wasn't. I didn't
even
say
you.
that. I didn't say that. But I'm pretty sure she was just like thought she was confused in the conversation of like me having my son and when I could bring him and when I couldn't. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, and she was like,
No,
well,
it's when I have free time.
yeah, and I might be able to bring him eventually, and I do want to get him a gym pass. I think it adds like I think there's like 50 punches on it or whatever, 50 like times when you can use it instead of paying for a year membership. I can just get him this card and he can come with me once in a while just to kind of get used to it because
Nice.
with supervision he can still come with me at 10, which we wouldn't probably get a lot done, but there are basketball hoops and there's other things and stuff. So I mean, we can maybe have some fun, but get
If you
him.
don't mind me asking, what gym do you have a membership at? Is it one of the big
Uh,
chains?
no, I didn't want to do
Okay.
I didn't want to go to Planet Fatness. I've been to Planet Fatness. They're a great gym. They got a lot going on.
They're awful.
There's a lot of people in there. Great, that's fine. But I didn't. I
Planet
actually
Fitness is
went
weird.
to look at the price, and they lie. They advertise $10 a month, $10 a month, and I'll just say my gym actually costs a little bit more, but they didn't advertise the shit out of my ears for months saying, oh, it's only $10 a month, and they say, yeah, but we also need $50
Yeah,
down for the year
they
when
all
you
do that.
sign up. But I didn't know that, and I wasn't a gym guy, and then so I'm like, you know what, that bothers me just on the principle of their advertising trying to suck you in. It's
I'll
like,
tell you what, all gyms have annual deals and they're usually towards the end of the year. So, end of the year, beginning of the year. So you've got to be a holdout. You've got to go in, tour, say, I'd like a pass so that I can test out how I feel about it. And then just let them text you and call you a few times. Because eventually one of them's going to call you and go, you know what? I got the best deal yet. And it'll be this amount, nothing extra, and it's the high tier, and that's what you jump on. And just pay it for the whole year and be done with it. Yeah.
you want to do some Tai Chi, Rose? Yeah, I did Taekwondo before, so maybe, I mean, let's be honest, like if I was saying I'm going to start it for the first time at 42, I could see a different, I could definitely see a different reaction if that's what she's thinking. Oh, you want to start learning? It's like I didn't want to sit there and be like, well, I'll let you know, like I did a thing, I bought a thing at one time, so let me just, I can get back into it, right? But no, like I definitely want to go. It might be kind of silly, but I was pretty close to black belt. I'm like, let me just get back into it enough to get to that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And maybe that's all I need. Black belt, second degree, fifth degree, grandmaster. Like it just keeps going up after that. It's kind of
You know what? Any amount of any amount of practice is good. It's just like
yeah.
I tell people all the time, start where you're at. Expect to level yourself up, but it doesn't matter how much. Like, if there's one little thing that you can do that you couldn't do yesterday, then you're golden.
Well, and
You know?
because of that, I want to be able to do a legit sidekick again, and that is one of the first kind of flexibilities that go as you get older. Because I've always been pretty flexible. Oh, yeah, I can still touch the floor. I'm pretty flexible. No, you ain't. If you can't like do like not quite the splits, but it's really basically your I don't know what muscle, but your hips, your joints, and actually
Lateral
going outward.
mobility.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah. Like I said,
Try to
mobility.
you try to go up.
Yep.
That's about as I
See, that
can't go.
that is an illustration of what I'm talking about. That's mobility. So there's a difference. Like momentum, some dancers can kick, and
Chris.
their leg comes all the way up or almost all the way up, like a
Yep.
Rockettes kick. That's not mobility, that's flexibility. So I have flexibility, which is passive because I'm
Right.
hypermobile. And then I have muscle guarding, which restricts. When the muscle guarding gets resolved, then we see how flexible I really am, but that's not mobility. So, like I said, a ballerina who can just slowly raise their leg, that is the muscles putting you through that range of motion. Same thing with lateral. Yeah, we start to lose mobility. So, you probably you probably have more flexibility than what it looks like, but you don't have the muscle strength. And for that matter, the connective tissue strength, those joints, those can start to lose, their volume.
Nobody's making up words here, Chris. I mean, I do sometimes, but you go do your own research. Black
Yeah,
Mountain.
I studied
Black,
medical terminology, so I'm definitely not making anything up.
Chris says Black Mountain Tai Chi means that you can bend all kinds of grass. Have you been doing some Tai Chi today, Chris? Um, yeah,
Wuxi style, I started studying more decades ago than I want to say.
Wuxi style. Yeah, I definitely want to try. I always thought mixed martial arts would have been nice as I was younger, just to kind of learn different styles. But now I'm like, oh man, I'd better just go with the one I've already got some experience
I
with.
would actually really look, if you have access, your gym may have this. If you have access to someone who is teaching Wuxi style Tai Chi Chuan, then do take advantage of it because it is intended for healing and it will develop that mobility, that strength in your joints, and it will help strengthen your connective tissues. And
There's
you'll
not really a
develop
lot of
muscle
impact,
memory.
right? There's not like
Yeah, there's no impact.
impact. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And the reason I say Wuxi style is because that is the highest uh Mabu stance, the horse stance. So you're not dipping real low, you're not straining
Mhm.
your knees. It's intended for disabilities, elderly, injuries, things like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've seen that in pop culture and stuff with Tai
It's
Chi.
harder than it looks.
Oh yeah. Well,
It'll make you work.
it reminds me of yoga because that seems like it wouldn't be hard, but man, that stuff is not easy.
It is less strain on your body than yoga. I would use that as the go-to. That's the starting point. Yeah.
Sure. We got this next one here, which I just love. Makes me feel so good. Talking to yourself isn't insanity, it says. Science says it's one of the strongest signs of genius. Well, now
I'm
we
saying.
we all think that over here. Wait, right, guys? Guys? Okay. I feel like maybe the difference is like naming like a second personality that you're talking to. That's where maybe things get.
Yeah, that's the dysfunctional.
This comes from Discover the Universe again.
Are they
Talking
in
to
the room
yourself,
with us?
right? Like if you depends on how you talk to yourself. Is it multiple people or is it just in the third person? Um,
Just
okay,
talking through stuff.
it might
The
be.
like I think most people do this though. Like, what the heck did I just do? That kind of thing.
It says it might be your brain sharpening itself. For decades, talking to yourself was brushed off as odd, distracting, or even a sign of poor mental focus. Science now tells. Just by the way, I just want to say I haven't moved my hands really much at all, and my camera just went from fixed to tracking. Like who did that? Who did that over there in China? It's a Chinese like app. I think it's JLG or JLJ or what? GLJ what? Or no, it's not. It's OBS bot tiny. Anyway, who is it? Who's over there doing that to me? I didn't
I
tell you
o
to do that.
and the camera I use is the one that Greg sent me, and it's LOGI, which I thought might be short for Logitech, but I don't know.
Maybe,
Could be one
yeah.
of
They, they,
those
they, they keep changing. They make it
knockoffs.
very vague, don't they? And by the way, before we get more into this, because it definitely interests me, yesterday I was checking out this. It's literally the most generic thing ever. I bought it on Amazon. It's called Earwax Removal Tool Camera. That's what it says on the box. And then
I
I
think
go
I
look
remember you
into it.
mentioning.
Well, I was like, I needed something to check out, and this was a good time to do it yesterday while I was making some bubble hash in my washing machine over here. And I don't know if you've seen it here. This washing machine right here,
Okay.
and I actually got some wonderful goodies out of it. Things such as this.
Huh.
That is the finished. I don't want to say the P word because it's not a P word. It's not. It's not a item for sale, but it is a
Oh.
finished item. Okay. Anyway, back to this product
Yeah,
thing
I'm never
because
sure what all is allowed on the platforms that you use. Like,
right.
I guess there's certain words that can trigger, but I don't know like how they feel about things visually. I don't have no idea. I know on
Well,
TikTok, if you hold, like, if you're even holding a drink, then you can get a violation for that.
really,
Yeah.
like it looks if it looks enough like alcohol, then they can
Yeah, like
tell.
I think somebody that I was watching had a violation because there was a bottle of wine in the background.
Wow, that's messed up.
Yeah, they're a little psycho over there.
Yeah. So I wanted
But I
to
mean,
bring
your
this up to you.
topic,
Go
you know
ahead.
what I mean? Your whole topic, it can't be too, no pun intended, but twitchy. They can't be too twitchy.
Yeah, I don't do we can't do the show on TikTok, so I don't even consider it
No.
as a me spending time on it. And I know a
Yeah.
lot of people say, "Oh, you could get like," I mean, maybe, but I'm not just trying to be a live streamer. I'm trying to put together, uh, information and actually segments with real, real stuff to talk about. But
Yeah.
speaking of though, I wanted to ask your opinion about this because I went through it yesterday. I downloaded the app and I got to the point where the app says the app needs access to my Wi-Fi.
Huh.
Why would it like that's the first time I ever heard of that. Maybe I'm wrong. But an app like it's on the phone that is already on the Wi-Fi. Why does this new app need me to put my Wi-Fi password in? Doesn't that seem pretty weird to you?
I'm
I thought it
trying to
was very weird.
remember. I'm trying to remember like devices that I've used apps for. Like with my Fitbit, I've got premium. It needs access to the web. I don't remember
But
if
that's
I put
but
my
that's
Wi-Fi.
the Fitbit. That's not the app on the Fitbit. There's apps like on the devices, you
Well,
know,
yeah, there's an app on my phone that tracks everything.
and it should have access to the phone's data signaling and
Yeah,
data
that's a
and all that.
Bluetooth pairing.
Yeah, and it's not Bluetooth.
So
This
it
thing
doesn't
is
matter if I'm on
evidently
Wi-Fi or not. Yeah.
the way it works is there's this third party app that I downloaded, which I researched it on the show. I guess this guy made this app that works with almost all the different tools like this, and it's like it creates its own network within your network, and so it needs the Wi-Fi. It seemed like it was a little bit
The
fuzzy.
only
So I'm
thing
like,
they
I
can
don't
do
know.
with that camera is if they hack your outside network and they'll have to go through your ISP for that.
I mean, they can if I give them my Wi-Fi password, wouldn't that be a little bit simpler than them having to hack anything? Like they would already be have access.
I can
Anyway,
give my
Brock's
internet
yeah,
info to. Yeah, that is odd. I don't know.
it just felt weird. So I was like, I'm not going to go any further for now. I did research it, and it seems like there hasn't been any legitimate issues with privacy. The company's only been around since 2023 too, so it's like you know might be a long term scam. Who knows? But yeah, it's just weird, and I don't like it, so I didn't do it. But
Well, apparently my repost on X got a little bit of engagement. Yeah, because 3 different people liked the posts.
Yeah, I see. This
See.
says 20 people came through today on X. That's a lot more than
Yeah.
have been coming.
Trish liked my original repost. Somebody else hit the one for Twitch. And somebody else hit the one for Rumble. So I got attention on all three of those.
Nice. Thank you.
Cool.
Um, I bought a Bluetooth earbud and they want access to my Wi-Fi. I'm like, yeah, like why? Like it's a Bluetooth. It's supposed to.
One of those was somebody not even following me, so that's good.
Yeah,
That means visibility because the algorithm has been messed up. So if someone who doesn't even follow me, that I don't even know, saw that, that means that I'm on the feed because they
right.
put Grok in charge of that. So
hmm
that's good.
Well, that's great. Yeah, because honestly, I felt like I was being small roomed for a long time. I really still feel
Oh, me
that way.
too. Me
Uh,
too. And I've got almost what have I let's see what I've got now. 5,633 followers. So at that level, it's a little higher visibility than the bottom end. So I look at my engagement and I'm not even like I'm monetized, but I'm not getting paid because I don't have enough impressions now.
hey, yeah, we've had
So
some.
for something to hit the feed and somebody I don't even know to notice it, this is good. I might post another article today. Yeah.
Hey, Chris found us. Cool.
There's little tricks that I'm employing. There's little things like you have apparently a certain amount of reach per day. So if you burn all of your engagement reach on like replying on other people's posts, then something original doesn't get seen. That kind of thing.
Oh, sorry for the
So,
cascading window. Yeah, and it's weird because like for on Facebook side, I've spent the last couple of months doing the weekly challenge, and I missed it. I messed up last week. I had everything done, but I forgot a couple things on Sunday, and just woke up and said, "Oh shit, I forgot." But otherwise, I do it almost every week, and they want to like give you all this encouragement and make it sound like you're doing something. And when I step back and I look at the difference in any tangible way, there's no difference, and like there's no change. And they keep giving you these charts and these graphs. Oh look, your visibility. Oh look at what it's up this much, and like no, it's not. Like you're. It's like some kind of a psychological game that they just want to use to get you to
see,
keep content.
I'm not monetized on Facebook. I don't even know what it takes to have that happen. And my pages, which have been around a long time, don't have a huge following. So there are some of my pages that I'm actually going to delete because they're just not something I'm focused on anymore.
Right.
Like I had one for my art for a while. I don't need it. So if I get rid of the superfluous stuff, then I can focus on the ones that are important, which is just really a couple of them. So
Sure. I should do that too. Hey, have a good day, Don, at the doctor's appointment. Hope everything's good. Um, so back to talking to yourself. Do you talk to yourself?
oh yeah.
This says for decades. Oh, we went to that. Even a sign of poor mental focus. Science now tells a very different story. Researchers studying how the brain processes language and problem solving have found that self-talk can be one of the dearest signs of advanced thinking, creativity, and mental control. When you speak your thoughts out loud, your brain is not malfunctioning. I think some people maybe it is. It is
We're
organizing.
not talking about the homeless guy walking down the street who's got issues, who's
Right.
screaming at the traffic.
Says that it's organizing things. Verbalizing thoughts activates multiple brain regions at once, including areas responsible for memory, attention, planning, and emotional regulation. Instead of ideas floating chaotically, the brain turns them into clear instructions it can follow. Studies show that people who use self-talk, perform better at complex tasks, or saying the word task. Athletes use it to sharpen focus under pressure. Surgeons and pilots rely on it to avoid mistakes. Children who talk themselves through problems learn faster and retain information longer. Even adults facing stress or difficult decisions benefit because speaking thoughts aloud reduces mental overload and calms emotional responses. Digital
Yep.
intelligence was measured by silence, calmness, and internal thinking. The assumption was that the smartest minds worked quietly. Really? Modern neuroscience challenges this outdated idea. Okay, it goes on and on, but yeah, that's
Alice says I talk to myself when I'm cooking helps me with my recipes. Yes.
yeah.
Um, so you're engaging two forms of learning when you do this. This is something that I studied a long time ago, so I already knew this. So one form of oh, my cat is having a sniffling fit. They've got
Is that what
allergies.
that
Cats
was?
do. So when you speak, you are engaging two forms of learning because you're speaking and you're hearing your own voice. And so it's one method to improve remembering things. Um, I was employing that in a high stress situation recently, actually. Over the holidays, I was assisting my brother with his annual Santa float, which is done with the Torrance Police Officers Association. It's been going on for more years than I've been alive. So, for the first time, I was an independent scout car driver. And I was actually very nervous about this. I wasn't sure that I could handle it, but I said, okay, he was kind of in a bind because my niece couldn't do it. And so what we have is two scout cars, Santa 1, Santa 2. The float is Rudolph. Then you've got Escort 1 and Escort 2, two police escorts. Scout cars have speakers on the roof, an amber light bar. We go ahead of the float and warm up the stop by playing Christmas music and an announcement. Well, there's a few things going on here. One, you are driving through the neighborhoods and everyone is pouring out of their houses and invariably running into the street because Santa's coming. You got to watch. You have to be very careful. So I'm following a map because the stops are in specific places. So what I finally figured out was at one stop, I would look at the map and figure it out, and I'd be left, left, right. That's my turns. Left, right, left, mid block. If I did that at every stop and said it out loud, then I would remember the instructions without looking at the map while I'm trying to watch the street.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's an extremely effective method.
Or remembering numbers, like if you just for at least temporary, but it does help your memory more on a longer term to say it out loud, like people's names when I meet them. If I don't say their name when I meet them, I'm most likely going to forget like what the name is. And Joe
Oh, I'll
Rogan was
forget
talking about
anyway.
that. Well, right. But I mean, Joe Rogan was just talking about that. Like, there's only a certain number of people that you can actually have in your brain, and you get to a certain point, I guess, and that's why supposedly maybe you can tell me this in L.A. I guess they say "good to see you," "good to see you" instead of "nice to meet you," because if they say
Interesting.
"nice to meet you" to people that they've already met, then it's offensive. But if they say "good to see you," even to someone that
Okay.
you've never met before, could be
Yeah.
fine. So it's interesting.
But I can literally be like, what is your name? Oh, Anthony, nice to meet you. And in seconds, if there's more conversation, I'm like, shit, what did they say their name was?
Yeah, that's a problem, and I've had that happen before when it was like putting someone's name in my phone. And how did you spell that again?
Good cover. I do that.
And it's like Tim,
They're gonna know. Oh, they
Tim. What are
know.
you
Oh, they're
talking
gonna
about?
know.
Like they'll know if it's like super. Bill, it's Bill. Come on. Oh, that's right. I thought maybe it was one of those new typed, different kind of
Here's
spelling.
another one. Is that a nickname or your actual legal?
Yes, that's a good
No,
one.
actually, it's William. Oh, okay. That's right. It's Bill.
Oh, so you could be like, what's your last name? Or no, give me your full name again? Okay, I don't know. Okay, we got time for a few more here. We got nutrition or NutriFact. on Facebook tells us that why rice can act like sugar or fiber depending on you. It depends on us somehow.
Yeah.
Rice is often labeled as either unhealthy or essential. The science shows it isn't that simple. Whether rice behaves more like sugar or more like fiber in your body depends largely on how you eat it, how it's
Correct.
prepared, and your own metabolism. White rice that's freshly cooked and eaten hot is rapidly digested, breaking down quickly into glucose and causing fast blood sugar rise, similar to sugar for some people. But the story changes when rice is cooled, reheated, or paired wisely. Cooling cooked rice forms something called resistant starch, a type of carbohydrate that behaves more like fiber. Resistant starch feeds beneficial gut bacteria, slows digestion, and leads to gentler blood sugar response.
Yep.
This means the same rice can support gut health and metabolic balance instead of spiking glucose levels. Interesting.
Yep. Verifiable. So this is the way that I handle it because, I do keto 5 to 6 days a week. So my preference, even though the whole microplastics and all of that thing, I get it.
Sure.
Like I have a rice cooker, but I need to replace the gasket on it.
Mm.
Um, so if I'm gonna buy rice, I actually buy those packets because they're essentially parboiled. They've already been cooked and then cooled. Um, and that's the easiest way for fixing Jim's meals for the road because 2 packages, 1 to 2 packages, and it fills up all of those, and he's got meat with it and vegetables and all that. But for me, and this is not just rice. So rice, pasta, which I rarely eat, and if I do, I'm buying it. It's imported from Italy.
Hmm.
You can go to Home Goods and find it cheap. I want it
Nice.
from Italy because it's not saturated in glyphosate,
Mm.
and you can get whole wheat.
Ding, ding, ding.
Potatoes. All three of those, you cook them. You put them in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Let that resistant starch form. Reheating it is not going to destroy that effect. So that's the best way if you're gonna consume those kind of
High
carbohydrates.
starchy foods.
Still
Yeah.
moderate the portions for sure. But yes, that actually does work. See, I can't eat most brown rice. And it took me a long time to figure out why. Well, it's back to that anti-nutrient thing. And a lot of people cannot digest brown rice because it's got that hull, some form of it on there.
It's a
And
husk
for
or whatever.
me,
Yeah, like the shell or whatever. Yeah.
it actually makes me feel sick. I feel queasy.
Hmm.
So yeah, most brown rice does not agree with me. There's one called Wehani that is it's like a red rice, and I do okay with that one. But even with that, I would still cook it and chill it, preferably. And with some of those, it's weird. Like they'll tell you wild rice is healthy, but even with wild rice, like I can eat the smallest portion of it, and then I'm done. You know?
So, I mean, that's all. I guess that's all you need. But I'm thinking a couple of thoughts here, Tala. What if so? French fries supposed to be a high starchy kind of food, right?
There's a way to
Well,
do it.
can you? Yeah, you
There's a
cook
way
the
to do it.
potatoes, and then you cool them, and then you
Chef
fry.
Gruel teaches this. It's the neatest thing. So, you may not be chilling it for 24 hours like you should, but the way to do it is that parboil, that quick, just a little bit of a boil, and then you put them on a tray and you put them in the freezer and you wait for these little crystals to form on there. And then you're gonna cook them. He likes to use peanut oil, which I don't use anymore. So lard or tallow, either one of those is good. Tallow is the best, which is what he uses at Calico Fish House. So yeah, you do chill them a little bit, but yeah, that parboil, it takes some of the starches out of it, so it's a little bit less offensive, and it's very
Nice.
tasty.
So Rose says you can also reduce that if you rinse your rice for 5 minutes before cooking. So
Yeah.
that works for potatoes too. Soak them in water, as with beans, soak overnight, rinse, then cook with fresh water. Okay, so
Well, the
but the,
soak the soak with beans is you're getting the anti-nutrients, you're getting the lectins out of there, which
mhm,
I soak and then do multiple changes of water and then slow cook. Yeah.
mm,
So like
yeah, you really don't want
boil
lectins.
10 minutes, drain it, boil 10 minutes, drain it, then slow cook. Yeah.
Dang. So here's my other thought with rice, and it really is fully neither here nor there. But why can't I want them to form like have like a little mold set up to form rice into French fry size sticks. You know, like clumped together in a French fry
That was
size.
Carl's Jr. fries when we were kids. Carl's Jr. fries were a mixture of not just potato but rice. That's why they were so crispy on the outside and
Ah,
soft on the inside.
okay. Isn't that the ones with like the shape to them? Or no, that was
Yeah, the crinkle
yeah.
crinkle cut.
I didn't know that. Well, I did.
Yeah,
I wanted to look like little tiny grains of rice, but like stuck together in a fried form. You know. Anyway, but yeah, that just seemed like something that should be being done. I guess.
yeah.
All right.
It's you have to do meal. This is the reality with cooked foods. You have to be willing to do a certain amount of meal prep. You know that's just the reality. And anti-nutrients, like I mentioned, is a part of this picture. You
Well,
know, you can't just throw beans in a pot and cook them and eat them and expect a good result. Somewhere along the way, your digestive system is going to let you know that was a bad idea because
mm,
there's anti-nutrients and they are prevalent. Doesn't matter what type of bean, some are worse than others. So you have to be able to soak and do multiple changes of water and, cook that way. Acorns, hello. I'm native. I know how to prepare acorns. I gathered a bunch recently.
what do you do
You've
with
got to do
acorns?
soaks. Huh?
You eat
What was that?
acorns?
Yeah, but you have to multiple change the water. You have to soak them. Um, boil for a little bit, drain, boil again until the water's clear because you don't want to eat that much tannin. But they have nutrients. They're good survival food, but you have to know how to prepare them because Mother Nature is protecting itself. Yeah.
Here we go, Chris. I see. I didn't see that you sent me this message. Well, this is Chris wants to show his plants off. I only see one plant here, Chris, but it does look nice with your scrog set up. Looks about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks into flower. Tell us what it is, Chris. Tell us what it is. What's the strain? I won't keep it up too long, but uh, you never know what they catch on. It's funny though because Facebook does like they allow some winners. They have like a handful of these like mega accounts that's just all cannabis all day, just all the the pictures that get all the smaller accounts blocked and banned and it's so
Weird,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it's very weird. It's like they have this quota on certain number of them that they have to allow to get fully anyway.
The comment there, a lot of starch in there, not just tannins with acorns. Yes, but uh ancient diet survival foods, they weren't worried about, oh my god, I'm eating too many starches.
Right.
They
They
weren't worried about that. That's not why. It's the tannin because it can really do a number on your digestive system. So that's the point of the soaking and water changes for acorns. Yeah.
a lot of vegetables have a toxin that's at just a small amount, and if you're eating the fresh vegetables too much, you know, there's a lot of things that are better about cooking the vegetables. Certain nutrients are allowed out, but also now that you're talking about it, I'm like, man, maybe I should be like my leafy greens and my onions and the broccoli and stuff from here, from my even in my indoor garden. I should probably be soaking those too.
Yep.
Um,
And I have discovered the uncomfortable way that yes, I so you know that I did the whole vegetarian thing for 4 to 6 years there. And
Hmm.
it was the right decision at the time. But what I have discovered by going the opposite direction now that my gut is healed, my body actually adapts better to what I originally thought, which is more meat. Ketovore agrees with me, and if I overconsume carbs, in particular very simple carbs, my stomach will let me know. It's not it is not pleasant. So I actually have to be very conscientious about that. Like I had that one small purple potato with my breakfast, that's fine. But if I then go get, I have these like cheese puff snacks that are not offensive ingredients, they're perfectly fine. There's like corn, cheese, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I had a night recently where I like woke up and I was munchy and I was not thinking about it. And I'm just like crunch, crunch, crunch. And I'm looking at messages on my phone. Man, the next day my stomach hurt. So I actually should not eat very many carbohydrates of that nature.
Mm.
But with plants, a lot of times it is anti-nutrients. Absolutely.
And there's actually some. There's a. I would say there's a good amount of that knowledge that's required to do a lot of foraging, because
Yes.
there's a ton of foraging. Yeah, yeah. Like we looked at it on the show. Oh, you can maybe eat oak leaves, but you're gonna have to do things like that, soak them and stuff. It's not necessarily easy for our gut to uptake. Just like not to bring up Rogan twice on the same episode, but he was talking about eating elk one time, and I forget what they call it, like elk salad or something like that. But it's like basically the elk had been eating vegetation and different things, and whatever is in the stomach of the elk when you kill it is like basically cooked and like actually edible. It,
Processed, yeah.
yeah, it's processed. It's a bunch of the plants and stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to eat.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's how he explained it. You guys do your own research on
Ruminants.
Rogan.
Ruminants.
Yeah.
So like that multi-chamber stomach, that's why. That's why they do it. So this is the argument presented by people who are hardcore carnivore. You can't process those plants the way they can, so you're getting the nutrients through their meat that they already processed for you. There is some validity to it. Personally, I'm not giving up all fruit and all vegetables. That's just not my thing. But if it works for somebody, more power to them. But legitimately, yes, there are nutrients that are in the meat because of what they ate, because they have that multi-chamber stomach and they can handle it. Yeah.
Like cows, and we can eat the cows. That's I forget where I saw that, but it's like the best the best way to be vegan is to eat things that only eat vegetable or that only eat
My
plants.
brother's always cracking that joke. It's like, "But the
Yeah,
cow eats vegetables."
yeah. The cow. That's what it's made of. You are what you eat. It's literally It's a walking vegetable, fruit, or grass. It's just a big,
It's
big,
not
big stack.
entirely wrong. It just
Right.
so, like, I complete if somebody has a moral compunction about it, and that's why they don't eat animals, I I support your right to do that. I have no issue with that. Like, I don't go after people on that go, "Oh, you're so funny." I might giggle at a few memes, but I don't have any hatred for people who made the decision to, I gotta plug my laptop in, who made the decision to do that because they got a moral compunction about it. I kind of applaud that. Like, if you're sticking by your convictions, that's admirable. It's just not
I
for
do
me.
have a problem with it, and I don't hate the person for it, but I do have a problem with it because it is a known factoid. I hate saying that nowadays, but fact is fact is subjective, but it's a fact that um, more animals and plant life, or animal life, and like ecosystems are destroyed in order to make more plant or more land for farming, and
Yeah.
then
Well,
our.
plus, like, I know people who are vegan who are overweight. Well, how does that
Wow,
happen?
I don't
Okay.
know, a lot
It's
of
the
avocado.
product. It's the products.
Right, yeah.
Because they're not actually eating just vegetable. They're eating vegan products. And I
Hmm.
know because, like,
Processed stuff,
as
and
someone who had to go vegetarian and didn't really want to,
right,
I was looking for products that were,
a diet.
still appealing to me, and it's not easy because they put all kinds of weird crap in them because they're trying to make it appealing to the people who don't wanna give up meat. I get it. But one day, like I said, I took a bite of that vegan sausage and went and I spit it out. Like, my body just went, "No, we're done with that."
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's kind of an issue. And if you support that industry by always buying products instead of just buying your vegetables in, your
right.
other plant vegetable is a culinary term, by the way, so
Hmm.
a tomato is a fruit, but it can be a vegetable. Avocado, same thing.
Well,
Beans
yeah,
can be considered a vegetable.
whole food. Then like or
Yeah.
or
Yeah, buy
fruit
something
source.
without an ingredient label. Like, people who do that diligently, I applaud that. That's fabulous if you're that
Shouldn't there
diligent.
be though? You think I should be able to go to the store and buy like a 6 pack of tomatoes, and there should be a list on it, not ingredients, but like of handling and
Glyphosate,
growing, like what was used in growing this. Let me
nitrates.
see that list. Yeah,
Yeah, let's see
yeah.
that. Well,
But
that's why
you're
we try to get organic now, like, I was not on board with organic until I realized organic means they can't put glyphosate on it, and glyphosate is what destroyed my gut health. I never knew that before. Once I
and
figured that out, I went, "Oh."
I guess microplastics as well are tearing in, making little tears in the gut lining. Um, I think that, to your point though about the products versus the actual practice of like veganism, the products could have things like wood pulp and plastics and everything else that
Yep.
don't necessarily aren't exactly animal. They're not so like they can skirt that. There's a lot of foods that not just vegans foods that have wood pulp. Wood pulp is like used to be a thing. Like I don't know how, like what did they have an excess of sawdust somewhere and they just needed somewhere to offload it? Like I don't know why.
Well, bread, this is one that it's the uncomfortable truth people don't like to hear. The, oh shoot, what's it called? There's something that they put in bread that makes it more elastic, okay? And
Yes,
it's made from animal fur
it's like
and human
glue.
hair.
Hey, Sheena, Ty says he'd gladly save his or share his recipes. That's great. We appreciate that.
And I
Um,
researched that fact, so it's like, well, I've been eating it my whole life, so. But no, what I don't like is that, I'm having a harder time getting away from folic acid.
right.
And here in California, as you know, that became an issue with the tortillas and the masa both. But like, I like inked keto bread, but unfortunately they put folic acid in that too.
Why? Like,
So
how can we
where do
just
I
get them to
find the
stop doing that?
balance?
Well, that's my thing. Is like, there's no. I don't. I'm not seeing a positive reason for them to continue doing just like the fluoride thing. Like, why is it that is there someone being paid to offload folic acid? Who's producing it?
It's
How is it
cheap.
being produced? How is it? So it's just because of the cost
It's
within
cheap.
the, and so they
Yeah.
have to put it into things, or like why do they even have to put it
Okay,
in?
so
So they can
the
say on
point
the
of it
package, that you got
the point of it is that without folate, let's go the right direction here. Without
fluoride.
folate, pregnant ladies can end up with a baby with birth defects. That's true. I'm 58, I'm not having a baby. Why are you cramming this into my food?
Right,
Okay? So, we should have a choice.
right,
And really, I think it's an insult to the ethnic community to be like, "You're too stupid to take vitamins, let me do it for you." I think it's
right.
the most racist, and I don't normally say that, I think it's racially targeting to say, "You don't know how to eat, here, I'll fix it for you."
Exactly. It's
So
unnecessary when they could just promote the foods that have, what they
yeah,
need instead of
and the
saying, here, we're just
problem
going to shove it all in together into your, cornflakes, and there you go.
and the
Um,
problem for those who missed it is folic acid is synthetic. And it will block up that pathway. So now you're not absorbing folate from your food. So it's the incorrect response to something that is a narrow zone of there are more people not having a baby,
Right.
men, older women, younger girls.
Kids, yeah.
Okay, so why are they doing that? And I start to wonder, are they? Is it true? Is the conspiracy theory true? Are they really trying to keep us sick? I don't know. But yeah, folic acid is cheap because it's synthetic, and it is not the right response. So all the people who were like, "Oh well, now it's an issue too," you just don't like Newsom. You're right. I don't like Newsom because he's hurt this state badly. So, but it is not a recent issue. I already knew this. I take, I've shown it before, the Jarrow formulas methylfolate. So it's not only folate, which is natural, but it's methylated because I
Mhm.
can't methylate it correctly.
Right.
And methylcobalamin, B12 and folate. Okay. So yes, I try to avoid folic acid in my food, all of it.
You don't need it. Yeah. You're not asking for, hey, can you please just shove those into my food so I don't have to think about it? Nobody's, and so
Maybe
that's
if it
that's
wasn't
my thing.
crammed in all the foods, I wouldn't
Right.
even need the supplement, right? I'd get it from the meat that I'm eating instead. You know?
So I'd like to blame it on just the slowness of bureaucracy of like, okay, now we're finally getting around to changing the food pyramid, whether you agree with the changes or not. Okay, they're actually getting around to looking at it. Well, we knew for like 50 years that there's something wrong. And
Newsom's throwing a tantrum.
right, all about
Is what
because of that.
he's
Um,
doing it because of Maha. Yeah.
right. Well, sure. And but my point is like it's going to take them and like with the back to the in the water. I'm brain farming
Fluoride
here. Yes, it
and
took
chlorine.
years after we find out that these things are not only unnecessary but harmful to us
Yeah.
that they finally make these changes. And with folic acid, it's like there isn't a better way, and it's not just hey everyone needs to be rich so they can get folate as supplements. It's to promote the right kinds of foods instead of trying to like you could say hey let me just be the government for a second and be like let's spend a portion of that money that they have been spending in order to get all these companies to shove folic acid into the food, a little bit of that money into campaigning on and actually real research on nutrition and get a healthier population. And I get it, no one wants it to
Put
be
it
shoved down their
into
throats, but at
put it
least have
into the nutrition programs and say, here's natural folate,
yeah into
lady.
the yes
Take
into the WIC
this.
WIC programs into food stamps into
Yeah.
link and
Yeah,
all that.
that'd be a great place to start. WIC
Mhm.
programs. Here, you get a bottle of folate every month. Why couldn't we do that
Done.
instead of
Yeah.
ruining the food supply?
Yeah, like everything else is got in it. Like things that just like how milk has vitamin D in it when it's really that's added. Like it's not no, it's not supposed to be in there. So there's things like
Yeah.
that that we need to like back away from. Like there's
Dangerous.
other ways to get those things, and we need to just remind people of those things. Like, hey,
Calcium and vitamin D should not be taken unless you are taking vitamin K and vitamin C. Synergistic. You want to know the cause of heart disease? Inflammation, calcium supplements, unopposed vitamin D supplements, all of that. It's not cholesterol.
yeah, no, they demonize cholesterol for sure. There's a lot of good comments here. Ty and Rose both commenting away. Ty says, unfortunately, organic stuff is often packaged in non-organic material to maintain its quality. Organic containers aren't the best. I thought the same thing, and I still think that we got to work on that some more. There are some interesting companies. I think I saved one in the list of a type of a new plastic bag for like your lunch or whatever, like your sandwich bags, kind of, but are
Yeah,
all like or I don't know if organic was
silicone.
the
That's
term,
one
but
of,
they're
yeah.
biodegradable, I guess is what they used.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I agree with that. It's kind of
You can get waxed paper pouches instead. 'Cause, like when we were kids, we used that for wrapping sandwiches. Then Ziplocs became the thing.
right.
Yeah.
It was like popularized, and they they are convenient, and so man, if you get a product out there for convenience before people even realize the health concerns, like years of it, boom, you've got that ingrained in the fabric of society.
It's like
Um,
Generation X will
yeah,
survive any apocalypse because we already got through all of the initial toxic stuff before they started changing
We'll be
it.
the ones that mutate and live on forever.
And
Um,
yes, I drank out of the garden hose.
so Rose says 47% of humans can't process folic acid. Folic acid isn't folate; it's man-made and was mass-produced for soldiers, and then they had a surplus and started spraying it on our fields. So okay, that was the I think that was the origin. Rose, the soldiers probably like World War. Maybe it was World War II or maybe it was Vietnam. I don't know. I think it was a little later. I think it was probably Vietnam.
I'm not sure which one, but yeah.
Or no, or Korea. Korea was
I'm
first, I
45, but
believe.
I remember those wax paper sandwich bags. Yeah. I mean, you can find them some places now, I think, because people are trying to be more conscientious. But you can also, like I said, you can get reusable sandwich bags that I think are silicone, something like that. But you know what it is like people don't want to wash stuff. But I'm the person that like if what was in the Ziploc was dry, like nuts or bread or something, I'm going to shake the crumbs out and maybe rinse it if it needs it. I don't like to just throw them away.
Yeah, I mean, if you can use anything, I try to be a little more discerning than I used to be about materials I keep though that I want to reuse because
You,
not
you
everything
know,
can be reused,
yeah.
not smartly, you know.
Do you remember food allergies 20 years ago? Actually, yes, just not the prevalence that we have now. Yeah. See, like it was the uncommon thing, like so and so doesn't, eat from the cafeteria or has special meals from the cafeteria because so and so needs it. Not nobody's allowed to have peanut butter in the entire facility.
Ty says you do know the food pyramid is based on years of scientific research, right? Um, you know, like before people thought the Earth was round, it was based on years of scientific research. That's not really an argument to why it's correct. I mean, folic acid was probably a years of research before they started pumping it into our food. But then years
Yeah.
more of research has found some issues with that. Like if we look at the original food pyramid, let's pull it up because I'm pretty sure they say that you got to have 10 servings of bread. Like who eats 10 servings of bread every day?
You know what they called it when I was a kid? We had these little buttons that said have a 3244 day. That was the portions, the servings, 3244. And it was like
Oh,
the pyramid that they've been pushing on us for so long now. A lot of grains, which is the worst thing for my body. For most people's, in
there's
fact.
so many. They all look so different.
Right?
I don't know what to believe here. Probably have to go to
Do
the
you know that they're
health.gov website.
towards the top because they sell more? That's why the food pyramid is about. Yeah, it's marketing. You're right. It's
Yeah.
marketing. It's not nutrition, it's marketing. In it, fortified foods? Come on. You know? How about real foods? That's what they're doing to the masa here in California. They're fortifying it with synthetic stuff that keeps you from absorbing the natural stuff. Don't fortify my food. Just let me pick it on my own.
I think if I'm reading this right, so it says water minimum of 8 servings. That's probably, I mean, a lot of this is probably true. Fats, oils, and sweets used sparingly. I mean, we need more fats. We need some oils.
You need the right fats.
2 to 3 servings of milk, yogurt, and cheese. Now, I would say maybe yogurt. We're finding out
Yogurt
now that
and
yogurt's
cheese.
much better, depending
Yogurt
on the
and
cheese
cheese and,
too.
and butter, but grass fed.
Real butter, yeah. They don't even say butter in here. They should put butter in there.
No,
It says
because they think butter's unhealthy. They've pushed that.
right, 2 to 3 servings of meat, basically nuts and meat, or dry beans. So basically protein, 2 to 3 servings. So they kind of come. They're kind of like. I guess that makes sense that they're lumping the protein together, but plants and meat.
And they expect this daily. Good Lord.
6 to 11 servings of bread and cereal or
This is the
meat.
cause of obesity and heart disease.
3 to 5 servings of vegetables. That's probably not good. Not neither here nor there, I guess, depending on your diet. If you're eating carnivore, you don't need any vegetables. There's plenty of people doing that. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I think it's a good for a cleanse or something.
The most extreme, yeah. Like lion diet is just beef and salt. I would not go that far. If it works for somebody, cool. That's not going to work for me. I'm still going to eat
They
blueberries
don't
and
eat
bananas.
they don't eat gazelle and like hyena and
I
other
would.
whatever else that
I don't know
the
about
lions
hyena.
ate. Well, the lions eat all the under everything under the sun. Everything that the sun touches is mine and my meal, Simba. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So the food pyramid. I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't just go straight after the new one and say it's perfect either. I
No,
think
it's not.
every person is different. I think every person's body is different on how we process nutrients in a lot of ways. Sheena says, I'm 47. I have heart disease and recently diagnosed with severe osteoporosis. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sheena. My doctors have never told me to take K2 to M7 with my D3. They have always
Okay,
pushed for
so
calcium. Really frustrating, she said. I'm
yeah,
currently trying to get my calcium from food, doing a lot of research on my own now. Mm,
it won't direct the
got to.
calcium to the right place if you don't take K2. And honestly, this thing that they've done of pushing calcium supplements is part of what has hurt so many people. What's more important for bone health is actually magnesium, manganese, and boron, and making sure you get D3 and K2 together. Calcium will not do it. I don't care how big of a dose you take. That's going to hurt your heart. Yeah.
Ty really sticking up for that the old food pyramid. Look, man, I get that it was different back then too. Like we didn't have glyphosate on all over all the bread either. So maybe you could eat 10 servings of bread and it would have been okay. There's definitely differences today that just you can't reconcile
Germany,
with that pyramid.
places like that, a lot better. But even there, they're smarter about it because what are they doing? They're eating uncooked olive oil and whole grain and not necessarily just wheat. Like it's not the same, man. It's not the same. So like I go to a specific market here and I buy different types of wheat. I'm trying to think of the name. I just bought one recently. I can't think of it. But it's they haven't altered it. It's an older uh heritage. It's a heritage wheat. And there's a few out there. Turkey red Bife, I think is another one. But the one that I got is actually better than those because lower gluten. But those are not saturated with glyphosate. So no matter what you do, if you are consuming on a regular basis seed oils thinking that it's better than tallow or ghee, and you're consuming foods saturated with glyphosate, no matter what you do, your outcome is not going to be good. So, no, that food pyramid is not right.
No, I agree with what he just said. Ty says, just think about how bad people ate before the research. Now, I agree that having some structure to our like, hey, put out some information on, hey, you gotta have a balance. Like, you gotta eat different things. You gotta have, but at the same time, I also agree with what Chris is saying that a lot of it was propaganda from companies that were trying to, just like we already know that when they first were saying ham and eggs before the cereal craze, they were saying ham and eggs for balanced breakfast, ham and eggs for. It was the farmers that paid propagandists to put that out there and say, oh, you got to have ham and eggs, and then they went to the cereal and started promoting, all these characters and different, cartoon characters and all these saying it's so healthy to have the cereal and stuff. I haven't eaten cereal in I don't know how many years. Now, I'm not saying I
I
eat the
don't know.
best diet. It's just one thing I
Well,
cut out that I never, looked
but
back on.
it's also different if the eggs are coming from chickens that are not vegetarian fed. Okay? That's not natural for a chicken. They eat animals. And
Right.
if the ham is not crammed full of whatever they give the animal while it's alive and
Corn. It's a
fed
lot of
the
corn
wrong
for some.
things
Yeah.
and loaded up with nitrates when they package it. Nothing wrong with pork if it's raised the right way. and packaged the right way.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it in moderation, you know?
Sheena
But
says they're trying to push Prolia on me. Do you know about that one? Prolia?
what is it?
Prolia. Not taking it. Just
Uh,
started
that's one
lifting
of the
weights, doing
osteoporosis drugs.
stability
Obviously, neither one of us
exercises.
can give medical advice, but I have seen really nothing good from the osteoporosis drugs. That's just my observation. Um, over time, they actually cause more problems.
Mhm.
I'll say it this way: if you can be very disciplined and get your diet on point, you're going to do more for yourself. And I say this all the time, ladies, 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 load bearing exercises. If you don't do that, yes, your bone health will degrade, especially around going into menopause. We
Yeah.
need to lift. That's why I said this skinny trend is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Because who's the largest population with osteoporosis? Thin white women. That's it.
Yeah.
Lift weights, and eat
I,
protein.
I think we all do. We all need to lift a little bit. Our bones and our skeletal structure kind of needs it. Um,
Yes.
so this isn't really a big one, but it's some interesting uh, pictures on how to grow some ginger for family use.
Yeah. It's a
Let's see
beautiful
if I
plant
can.
too.
I would like to grow some ginger actually. I think this is a better way so I can look at all of it. Yeah, you just put it in a little jar. I think there's water, maybe some water in there, and
I might
then
do that again this year. I haven't done that in probably 15 years. It's beautiful though.
it is pretty. What do you like? You eat it fresh? Or no, ginger is the root, right? Can you eat
Yeah, the
the?
root.
You don't eat the greens at all?
I don't think so. I'd have to research it. I never thought about it because I just use the root, but growing it is beautiful. I had it in Banning, but the problem was we had those non-native ground squirrels and they destroyed my crop. So all of those are pretty like ginger, lemongrass. I have lemongrass now. Sweetgrass, um, turmeric, all of those really make beautiful plants to grow. Yeah.
I started to say, I started to ask, can you eat ginger leaves? But then I thought, oh, I'm talking to AI, so I said, can a person eat ginger leaves? Yes, a person can eat ginger leaves, specifically from the common culinary ginger plant, which is the same species that produces the edible rhizome root.
I would think cooking is necessary,
These leaves are
just like
safe
with
and
the root. Yeah.
edible when properly prepared. Yes, though
Yeah.
they're not as commonly used as the root in Western cuisines.
There's probably anti-nutrients. So like some of these plants, the root is safer, and that's why it's more commonly used. So
Right.
while the leaf may have, something usable, you get into that whole thing of soaking and water changes and cooking. Yeah.
It says finely chop or slice them thinly to make them palatable, because I guess the flavor is like mild, grassy, peppery, and slightly uh, vegetal.
Yeah.
Vegetal, similar
Grassy
to the
doesn't sound
rhizome,
appealing, but
but much subtler and less pungent. Okay,
yeah.
spicy, less spicy. They have a fresh, aromatic ginger note when crushed or rubbed. Hmm. Brew into
I want to
tea.
try growing horseradish. That would be interesting.
I want to see what horseradish
Look,
looks
some of
like.
these things you can just go to the grocery store, spend a couple bucks, buy the root cheap, and stick it in the ground. That's what
I'm.
I did before. Yeah.
Did I spell it right? Let's see. So that's the root. What's the plant look like though? Okay, it's almost like a carrot. Okay, probably seen
Hmm.
that before and just didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah. I feel like doing a garden space of tubers this year. I don't know. I can't get potatoes to work. Our temperature variance and keeping stuff watered and keeping it away from gophers and stuff, it's a lot of work.
The
But
temperature is
these,
a big deal with any ground vegetables. Well, any vegetables, but it's usually like a fall crop.
yeah. And
So
most of my stuff is above ground because the previous owner of this place saturated it with weed killer
mm,
for many years.
oof.
People think that stuff dissipates. It doesn't. It's still in there.
How did you know?
Because we knew them, and Jim was buddies with the guy for a long time. So he watched it happening. The guy was just like, he didn't care. He would just spray weed killer everywhere. And then, once I became a little more functional after I'd had some time to heal my back, I decided I was going to clean up. There was a lot of leaves stacked up in corners and stuff. And I stirred a bunch of stuff up, and it happened a couple of times. And I realized I'm getting sick because of whatever is in that soil. It is every time. So
Mm,
I don't
yeah, that
disturb a whole
sounds
lot
bad.
out there now, but we did finally get through the old stacks of leaves. But I just was finding that I can't get stuff to grow in the soil here very well. Yeah.
I did notice that, Chris. Don't worry, buddy. I noticed it. Alice says I've done that. I've done it with sweet potatoes, but didn't eat it. You can't eat sweet potato leaves or potato leaves, as far as I know. I don't actually.
Oh,
Let me back
yeah.
up. I know you can't eat
Toxic.
potato leaves. I'm not 100% sure about sweet potato leaves, but I would have to guess not. But
No,
potato leaves
solanaceae,
are
you don't eat the
poisonous.
leaves. They're toxic.
Yeah, yeah, or toxic, I guess. I don't know. We're over the 2 hours now, so maybe we'll just stop at the ginger. The next one though says $49 real soft wave therapy treatment consult exam recovery plan and first treatment special.
Huh.
So the soft wave, like I do want to look at it, but we can save that for next week.
I've had shockwave treatment. I don't know what soft wave is.
Let's just do it. This will be our. This will we
I'm
stop.
curious now. Yeah, that
Oh,
Ooh.
that's not music. I thought it was music. Okay, that's what
Oh,
this
yeah.
says. Okay.
That's worse than my back.
that works.
Good shirt. All
It'll
right,
break up
bro. Shot in your shoulder. Do something. Do something with it.
Do something with it. He says, do something.
Oh, it's like it actually feels like it just popped back into place.
I feel like I need this.
When
Yeah.
my neck was out, they gave me a free trial at my PT place. That works.
It's been
On
hurting
your
for how long?
neck?
Yeah.
So
Years.
was
But
it
the last major injury
was
was
it
3 months ago.
Okay.
Like that was the most
physically
impossible
pulsing you,
move.
or it was
Yeah, how's it
just
Like,
You've
okay?
it all. Doesn't hurt at all. Like
As I understand it, it's a combination of ultrasound and electric pulse. They call it shockwave at my place, and that, like, I was so knotted up, and I was like, I came in and I went, I don't know what we can really do because I can barely turn my head. So she gave me a free trial. Insurance won't cover it. I'm about to go to war with the insurance companies over that. This should be covered. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's
because I've got
it's not
damage.
invasive. It seems relatively inexpensive, but that could be what I hate to just go straight to conspiracy all the time because it makes you question yourself because they not to go down that rabbit hole, but conspiracy theory is just a term that was created in order to get you to feel like you're dumb for thinking there's a conspiracy in something.
Yes.
And but the first thing I think of is like insurance companies work with medical facilities, and there could be dollars involved with not just this specifically, but basically with inexpensive treatments
Yeah.
that are inexpensive can be sort of shelved or kind of overlooked because there are kickbacks for other things. And I'm sorry to say that's just the truth. And maybe not every time. Don't get me like on this 100% kind of vibe, but definitely there's some shadiness. We all know that within the insurance companies, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I'll get off
It's
my
not a
high horse there.
conspiracy if you're right. Yeah, I
Right.
agree, Plumber.
Yeah. No, I get
But yeah,
that.
this
I
if
try to
you
cover my bases, I guess.
if you have the opportunity to try that affordably or free, do it because it is amazing, even with one treatment. But in order to deal with the years of scar tissue, like I've got tendonitis and a lot of restriction and stuff, she said you'd need a number of treatments, and I went, yeah, and they won't cover it. But I'm gonna fight with insurance about it because we all deserve to have access to it. So the reason this happens is because something like that, let's say, has a certain number of charges, just like the stuff that gets rid of hair, the laser. So, sir, it's got a cartridge, certain number of actuations, and then you got to get another one, and they charge for that. That's why that machine has certain number of actuations before it's like, nope, we're out. That's how they make the money. But
Right.
there is no reason, just like with costs of drugs, because of pharmacy benefits managers in the middle, that middleman is the reason the cost is so high. Let's say it costs 40 cents, but you got to pay $100. Okay? They're the problem. So
Hmm.
who's the middleman that's driving up the cost with a treatment like that? We should all have access to it. There's no reason. I would like to get well.
Yeah, because with something like with our health, there should be more transparency, but they can hide things just like they could in like a casino or like less more shady areas of society. Like it's just as corruptible as anything else. So I guess I don't know. It's always a good healthy skepticism and us doing our own research, like Sheena said she's been doing, and on top of that, us getting multiple opinions, I should say, from what we think of as experts, right? You don't
Yeah.
just go with any one person's opinion on anything. That's why I've always said don't go like do your own research. But here's where I found it. I try to tell people this is where I found my information, and I listen for that in all conversations. If it gets political, that's one of the first things I'm like, so well, what's the where you get what's give me. And if the person is like, if they back off from being able to even say like where they look, then
Yeah.
that's sorry, I'm kind of
It's like
done.
my primary care physician, if he didn't say all the right things, I would have to fire him like I did the others. But I have one who respects my knowledge, first of all. Um, he tried to go the route for, a little while of the insurance company wants you to get this test and that test. And I'm like, every time you say
So
this, I'm going to say no, and we're wasting time. So are you done? So he
right,
finally stopped asking me. But he knows I am not going to do a flu shot. He knows I am not going to do a COVID vaccine. He agrees with me on that one. He knows as an autoimmune
nice.
patient in particular, you know, he now knows there's certain tests I'm not going to agree to. Um, and he doesn't get flapped about it if something is a little bit off on my labs. He goes, eh, he knows I'll correct it. Add some cardio. That's basically what I got last time. Add some cardio. I said, you're right. I'm slacking. I'll fix it. So,
You have to probe them more. You have to kind of it's a give and take. Like you can't just expect to be spoon fed the all the information that you should like
yeah.
ask for. It's up to us to find out what we should be asking for.
Yes.
Um, you know what I mean? Like there's a difference between being educated and outsourcing your knowledge of your own health.
Here's
Um,
an example. Like when I came off the birth control pill, which was being taken for managing the hormone imbalance, that's the only reason. Immediately, the suggestion is, well, I could write you a prescription for a patch. I'm all, so you wanted me to stop taking hormones so I could take a hormone? What?
well, I didn't want
What
you to take too many
do you do?
hormones. I want to take this
But
different hormone.
why? Evening primrose oil and black cohosh. Okay, hot flashes stop. And why do I need a patch? I don't. And what? Why are we so afraid of having a hot flash anyway? Why are we afraid of wrinkles, hot flashes, and gray hair? I'm
Right.
58. I don't have gray hair, I'm happy to say, but it's thinning. Okay, I'm 58. Like, we are so stigmatized against these signs of aging. No, I'm just
Superficial
going to
things. Yeah.
adapt and
Hmm.
I'll take my supplements and it's okay. I'm 58. I'm not scared of that.
You get
You
more
know?
to the root of it, which would be like, am I healthy? Do I have healthy practices? Like, can I do more here or there? not hey, how do I get this thing to go away?
Yeah.
Can I do a surgery? Can I do a lift or a tuck or a whatever? Like, should I do that? No. How about maybe just like, I don't know. One thing about wrinkles though, collagen, I think isn't that
Yes.
super important because anyway, it's a
That's
little
why I'm eating meat
side
again.
note.
Healthy
Congrats,
fats,
Chris.
collagen, all that. And, every week I'm on here, no makeup. So, you know, and this is not knocking on ladies who want to wear makeup to fix themselves up and cover things. I get it. I did that when I was younger. But at this stage, because of what I teach, I prefer for me to be able to go, this is my face. I don't have anything on my face but rose water. you know, I want to be able to do that to show you you should not be afraid to be who you are. If you want to look a certain way, I support that. But you should not fear how you naturally look. I think that it's better to just be like, this is who I am. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of sort of general, how do I put this? I guess styles of human. Like you have like these general sort of shapes that we have, and like you can
Yeah.
be kind of categorized with people that have a similar, like me, like a potato face, and other people with like similar like noses or like a different side, like a longer head versus, and so like
Yeah.
there are people out there that look like you. You just don't, maybe you just haven't found it. Not you specifically, I just mean like people. Like there's people out there that probably look just like
Yeah.
you, your doppelganger. Um,
You
anyway,
know,
so
a lot of
go
it
ahead.
is cultural too. In Native American culture, um, being older is it's a position of respect. And I say this all the time, growing old is a privilege denied to many. With
Right.
my stack of health issues, I'm just glad I'm still here.
Yeah,
I
it's a
got through the
privilege.
worst.
That's the
Yeah.
right word, privilege.
So aging is not the worst thing that can happen to you.
Right. Now, like I always had this fantasy about getting up to like 80 and being like, okay, give me every mind-altering substance you got in the drug den over there, or whatever. Like, just give me everything, and I'm gonna go out with a blast, baby. Like I just don't. But now as I'm older, like it just probably wouldn't work out. Like it wouldn't turn out the way that I hope it would turn out. Hey, so
my
real quick,
goal
go ahead.
my goal is best level of fitness of my entire life by the time I'm 60. I got 2 years. I
Hmm,
can do that.
it's possible. I
Yeah.
definitely want. Well, that's a long conversation. I want to say congrats to Chris and to Kat Reed
Mhm.
who won the number spin earlier.
Congrats.
Chris, didn't you win yesterday too? I didn't write down the door prize yesterday. I feel like it might have been you yesterday. I'm gonna have to look. Trent won the number spin, and I'm gonna have to go back and double check to find out who won the door prize. I feel like it was Chris though. 2 days in a row, Chris? Maybe, possibly. Interesting.
Now, Clara, I've never had very prominent eyelashes. So, I mean, this is like my brother got all the eyelashes. I hate it.
I got eyelashes, but now okay. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see this at all. I sleep with uh, a mask on now, and it has gotten my eyelashes like just jammed towards the middle from the outside. But I do have fairly long eye. They say, they say, I have nice eyelashes for a lady, but I
Alice
don't,
says
I
it
don't
was
know.
Chris that won yesterday.
It was Chris. Okay, I thought so, Alice. Thank you for that. I don't have to go back and do any rewatching, listening to my own voice or anything. I won't have to do that now. Um, I'll write it down right now. Congrats, Chris. 2 days in a row. Yeah, Chris, I see that you're messaging me back and forth on X, so I'm gonna with you on that, and we'll find out all the prizes that you need and stuff. So Chris has won a few times now. I couldn't talk to him because Facebook completely nuked his account. He can't
Oh,
be on
no.
Facebook. No Facebook, no Messenger, no nothing, and barely any reasoning. Like obviously, but yeah, it's crazy. So I told him on X they have built-in chat, and that's probably your best way to keep in contact now. All right, though. I think that's about it for today. Oh, actually, it's 4:20 right now. Cheers, everybody. Let me see if I can. Here, I try to respect Tala, and I'll just do it right. I'll do the TikTok style right off to the side over here. Cheers, everybody. It is Wednesday, so I like to observe Wash It Wednesday. You want to get yourself some nice clean water in your water rigs, which I use the water because it's a tiny bit healthier. There's a little bit of filtration happening there. It's cooling it down. It's not. I say a tiny bit healthier because clearly it's still, there's still a lot of problems
Yeah.
with inhalation. But for some reason, it's one thing that just I
None of
think
it's
it's a
perfect.
convenience. No, I think it's a convenience thing though. Honestly, it's because it's so fast. Because I did get some butter, some medicated butter from friends of mine. Shouts out to the Grow Room Genetics, and actually it was Jessica who made it from Purple Haze Infusions. But it's this stick of butter that she made me that was medicinal, and man, it does the trick that I needed to do
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
like I have a carefully guarded recipe from the person that we used to obtain butter from for making a caramel that doesn't taste weird. But I mean, at some point when I was at my worst, I was like, I'm just skipping a step here. Forget it. I'm just going to put a little bit on like a muffin and heat it in the microwave. Like, I don't give a crap at this point, you know?
Yeah,
But the problem was that hit me too hard. It's indica,
hard to
and I do better with
measure
sativa.
out
So,
that. Yeah, or hard to dose it out that way. Yeah. Mm.
yeah. But yeah, none of it's perfect because, like, that I think is the best way because that was, grown and made by someone we know. So, you're not going through the whole commercial process. But like, I've said before, Wild, Kana, all of these brands, there's a lot of argument about the processing. I get
Right.
it, but I
That's
don't
what the
have a lot of
strawmanning is coming from,
options.
right? Right.
Yeah. And
Right.
like I had to laugh because this was one that was inherited from the young man that we lost. It's unopened.
Mm.
And I looked at the package and I went, holy moly, I might use it in this century. Like the whole package is 100 milligrams. I was like, I'm a lightweight.
I would have to eat at least three of those packages.
Holy cow. So, yeah, I mean, each of the pieces breaks down into like 5 milligrams, but I can't even, like 2.5, I will sleep the whole night. Yeah. But it depends on the brand too. So,
Yeah.
like, this is mild. Kana is mild. I tried a different brand that was the same dose, and I was like, there's a video of that, of me, like, sent a message to somebody going, I crawled into bed just for my own safety because holy moly. And I'm pulling my hat down over my eyes. I have my knit cap on. I'm all, oh God, I cannot use this anywhere other than home.
That happened to me not too long ago when I first tried Fico, which is full extract cannabis oil, and it's edible, and I ate an entire syringe of it because I thought, oh man, I'm gonna need a lot because I have a pretty high tolerance. And so I ate the whole thing live on the show. By the end of the show, I forget which day that was, but one of my shows I did this, and by the end of the show, I was feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good, no worry. But then, like 5 hours later, I couldn't hardly walk, and I was like having trouble. I couldn't put text messages together. It was wild,
The
very wild.
brand that flattened me was, I think it's called Highlands. It was a sour gummy. And the dose is labeled the same, but it is not the same. And this one kind of scares me because it says live resin infused and it's hybrid. So I don't know what that might mean, but
That
it's an
sounds, yeah.
unopened package and probably will remain unopened for a while. I don't need it right now.
I have a wild night with that one. Be careful. Well, Tala, it's been a good day. I hope you have a good week, and if you are at all froggy tomorrow night, you're welcome to join us. We're going to talk tomorrow night about current events. We do this once a month where we do the whole episode is like what's been happening with us this month, and we do stories in the game form where people put in stories and we read them at random, where everybody on screen doesn't know whose story is whose, and we're like, trying to figure out whose it is, and the person whose story it is trying to like throw everybody off and stuff, and it's a good time. But either way, you have a good one, and everybody else, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, people in the boxes. If you have any, obviously, always let me know if you have anything you want to shout out, Tala. Go follow her on the Facebook. That's all really most of my friends who interact. On Rumble, though, if you comment on the Rumble, we can get some followers over there, too. I don't know if you plan to do any live streams on the Rumble, but it might be helpful. I like Rumble. They do. I mean, we got 14 awesome Rumblers right now in the house live, which is just, it's a good feeling because I only have 600 followers. Like, it's pretty good.
Wow.
So we'll get out of here, but I think I'm going to head to locals for a few minutes. Oh, there she is. Cool. Let me see. Let me click on it. Open a new tab. Yeah, I'm already following. Only me. I'm the only follower. Come on, guys. Can we get Tala another follow on the Rumble out of the 14
so
of you?
lonely.
She's lonely with her sunglass emoji guy. You don't know.
Lonely.
You don't know. Yeah, I am so lonely. Oh,
Yes.
there's if you don't know about this yet, there's Dancing Bananas on Rumble, and those are our favorite. The Dancing Pug is pretty good too. I do like their logo. That's pretty fun. All right, let's get out of here, guys. I'll see you later. Tala, it's been good again. I said it already, but we'll say it again. Peace out, everybody. Remember, hit that like button. Go hit a follow over there on Tala for Rumble. That'd be great. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer. Check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Waylon the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro setup, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Waylon's here.